And welcome back to the TSF Entertainment Channel. It's your boy Retro CG in the building today. And we have DJ Fresher Highness. What's good, brother?
What's going on, bro?
And nothing much. How was your week?
As you can hear the sigh, along with that one. So
that's the truth. That's the
yourself,
truth,
bro.
A week. Glad that it's over. All right, so shout out to the chat. Welcome in, everyone. Hope y'all had a great week. We are here to talk about Power, Book 4 Force. It's season 2, and we're already at episode 208, Dead Reckoning. Actually, this was a pretty good episode for me. It was a pretty good episode. I give it about a 8.
Yeah. You know how I said last week was the best episode of the season. This one beat last week's, so I would definitely give it an 8.5.
I got lots of questions, got lots of things to talk about, so I guess we'll go ahead and jump on in this. What's up, Support Gaming, King Retro, Lady B, DeMarcus. Did I catch everybody? Giana, welcome in, y'all. Hope y'all had a great week. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into this thing. All right, so the episode starts off exactly where we left off with last week, and I'm sorry, but I find Tommy's movement in this whole scene right here just absolutely, utterly ridiculous. Like, you're playing with my intelligence now. What's up, Jeremiah? Y'all playing with my intelligence right now. Tommy is not this sloppy and stupid. It's not this sloppy and stupid. Vic was running scared because he didn't know if Tommy was gonna put 2 and 2 together.
Yep.
So he's rushing to try to clean up a mess, literally. And the fact that Tommy pretty much gave him his way out. Like, I was like, Tommy, just stop talking. Let me see what he gonna come up with. Tommy gave him his way out all the way around. He was like, let's look for a tracker. And then Vic decides to take the tracker that he was getting ready to put on Tommy's car and say they hid in his car. Like, come on, Tommy, you smarter than that. You know good well the feds are not inside his car.
Yeah. I thought after that, I thought for sure. I was like, yeah, bro, gonna be like, nah, man, they ain't put it in your car. I thought that was gonna raise some suspicions. I thought that was gonna raise his eyebrows, but I guess maybe because it was the heat of the moment and it was a Fed, they was too busy trying to worry. He wasn't thinking about it.
He is goofy. Playing with my intelligence is like playing with my money, right? Support gaming. DeMarcus, I asked that same question. I'm like, why didn't he hide the body? Again, going back to how sloppy he was in this episode. Like, old Tommy, they never left a body behind. Like, they got rid of, even if it was just like, nobody that was going to even bring no heat to the organization. They never left the body behind.
I think because it was a Fed. I think that's the only reason why. Because he said it'll make it look like it was a robbery or something. Because I think if they would have got rid of that body, I mean, they still on him regardless. But I think immediately it probably would have been like I don't know, they would have figured it out. Like, yeah, they unalived him or something. But I don't know.
And then the fact that Tommy went to go, what's up, Miss Honey? The fact that Tommy went to go look for the logbook. And then Vic was able to convince him to, come on, let's go. We got to get out of here. We got to get out of here right now. Like, Tommy, once again, why are you letting Vic control the narrative here? Especially after the fact that you try to figure out, how the feds knew where you were. Like, Tommy didn't handle that situation at all.
Yeah, but the thing about it, though, was the notebook wasn't on him. It was in his car. So But I agree with that. I was like, why y'all running? Because I was like, y'all ain't heard no sirens.
Exactly, Jeremiah. I was thinking the same thing. He should have took the notebook while you worried about that tracker, because the notebook would have implicated him, and that's exactly what we saw it do later on in the episode. It implicated him with Stacy, but it damn sure for sure would have implicated him with Tommy. So if anything, you should have got the notebook.
Yeah, but they didn't know the notebook was in his car. They remember Tommy was searching for on him, but it wasn't on him. It was in his car. They found it in his car. They found it later on when her husband comes in. They found it in the car. They ain't found it on him.
I said that same thing last week. You right, Fresh. I said the same thing last week, that I think the show would have been better if they would have sent Tommy on to California.
They definitely should have went on ahead and moved to California.
So he produces this tracker from I guess up under his seat of his car. Like, come on, Vic, sloppy.
Yeah, I was for sure thought that Tommy was gonna see that, like, well, yo, what you reaching for? As well as at first, I didn't even think he was going for the tracker. I thought he was going for that chain.
You know what, Miss Honey? You right. Now, Diamond's barbershop is becoming a graveyard at this point. Everybody that's law enforcement get unalive at Diamond's barbershop, right?
Oh damn, that's right. I forgot about other dude. I forgot all
about
because
the dude that was shaking him down for the money. He got unalive by D-Mac.
Yeah. I forgot all about that.
Right, support gaming. The Ghost and Tommy pair would never left the body behind. They never left the body behind. That would have been like them leaving Ray Ray behind when Tariq unalived Ray Ray. Like, they never left the body behind. This was just sloppy right here.
Really? I thought they left Ray Ray behind.
They rolled him up in the rug, remember? And they rolled him up in the rug. And remember when he unalived the dude back in season 1 when Vic unalived the dude? Same situation. When they unalived the dude that they was going to try to get the drugs, sell drugs to, the DJ.
Yeah.
And they took him down the service elevator. Like, Tommy never leaves a body behind. I think he might have left the dude behind in the bathroom that he unalived.
Yeah, he definitely left him.
He left him behind, but he left him behind because he had no choice. At the very least, they could have put up Vargas in his car and got rid of the car. Like, this is sloppy right here.
I also think it was also Vic was rushing him because I guess he probably thought backup was going to show up.
Backup was showing up, yeah.
Yeah.
So Tommy gets back he scurries on back to the crib real quick. Like, he come in and do all paranoid and searching the house for wires. I'm like, why don't you just download the app and scan your house for bugs? You know, they got apps that can do that now.
But it's crazy that he even thought that, because I'm like, now we saying everybody know where the hell Tommy live at. It's amazing to me now.
Everybody.
It was rarely anybody that comes to his crib. Not everybody. At some point, I'd have been like, "Yo, I gotta move. I gotta find me another spot."
He left. Yeah, Ghost did leave Terry Silver behind, but technically he kind of didn't leave him behind. He didn't leave him in plain sight. He left him in the trunk of his car, and he parked the car in a garage. So to me, I still consider that of him disposing the body. It just so happened that Tasha knew. Eventually, they probably would have found Terry Silver, but look how long it took for them to find him. So it's not like he left them out on the street.
Yeah, it took them a minute to find Terry Silver,
and they would have never found him if Tasha hadn't, ran him out.
That is correct, and that is to this day why Retro doesn't like Tasha,
among other things. But yeah, that's at the top of my I don't like Tasha for that reason list.
Man.
So Tommy is searching all up under the bed. The girl in the bed trying to sleep or whatever. You know, she don't spend the night or whatever. She wake up, what's going on, Tommy? And then he gives her this, well, like, the fact that they're just now having this conversation is also played with my intelligence. Like, you've been running behind this dude. You met this dude at your brother's place. So there should be no ambiguity whatsoever as to what nature of business Tommy does when he's connected with his brother. But nevertheless, I'm here for it. Let's have this conversation. Tommy tells her that, You know, I've never been honest with the women in my life prior to now, so I don't want to do that with you. But if you ask me, I'll tell you. But if you really don't want to know, don't ask me. I'm thinking to myself, shit, she already know. Like, she should.
That's the first thing I was thinking when she said it. I was like, why would I was like, she already know, like, you move in weight for a brother. So I would put two and two together. Like, it has to be either something with some weight or something with somebody getting unalive shot, something like that's not hard to put together.
But I agree with that, Miss Honey. But at the same time, Vic tried to tell Vargas, like, listen, y'all doing too much. You're gonna end up getting me killed, or at the end of the day, you're gonna get yourself caught up, because like the purpose of having the CI is not to follow the CI around. The purpose of the CI is to do the work for you. Yep. So, like, every time Vic would pull up on the scene, here go Vargas in the street, 2 cars down, in a cop car watching. That's how Tommy made him. It was like, you wouldn't even trying to be inconspicuous whatsoever. So, I mean, at the end of the day, Vargas, you sign your own death certificate.
Yeah, because remember, her husband and what's his name, Sang, the other dude, told her then, like, yo, like, let's let him do it. Like, and she like, no, we're going to keep. They tried to tell him right then, like, yo,
they tried to tell him right then, let him do it
right then. And she
ain't very annoying. I don't know if she's Lakeisha annoying, or if she's Holly annoying, or if she's a whole nother level of annoying, but she is.
She might be neck and neck with Lakeisha. I don't know. Holly wasn't that annoying. Holly was just nosy.
Holly was annoying. Holly was definitely annoying, among other things. Holly was doing too much.
Yeah, Holly was just annoying.
Snooping around, and she was all searching around and all the everybody business in there. Holly, yeah. She does act like a dumb blonde, I agree.
Yeah.
What is this chick name? Come on, hit me in the comments, y'all. What's her name?
I haven't
even bothered to learn her name. I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
It's the chick that diamond is smashing is all I know. What is her name, y'all?
I had her name in my head till you said it.
I'm sorry.
Damn, hold on. Giana. That's her name.
Giana, okay.
That's her name.
All right, so Giana is at the crib making breakfast. It's the morning after. She don't laid up with Diamond. And thank you, Support Gaming. She don't laid up with Diamond. She making him cheese grits and eggs for breakfast or whatever. And then she gonna turn around and tell him, just because I'm making you breakfast, that don't make you special. I'm like, well, you let the man spend the night and you have a husband and a child. Gotta be something.
Nah, remember, didn't she say last episode, like, they ain't, her and the husband ain't been together, so it ain't like she was cheating?
but she said that. She did say that in the last episode, that her and the husband weren't together. But then in this episode, she explains his from away as, he's in Detroit, as if, he had came home and then left and went to Detroit. So that kind of threw me off. It was confusing.
That's right. She damn sure did say that. Miss Honey, love interest number 3.
Right, love interest number. Yeah, love interest number.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot what happened. The CEO lady just gone. Like,
yeah, what even happened to her? Yeah, like, she's just love interest number 3. Right, you're right, Miss Honey. I forgot all about the PO lady. Right.
Miss Honey. As soon as you said that, it just clicked. Like, yo, the CEO, the lady gone. Like, I ain't seen her since.
Kiwan, what's up, Kiwan? You're right. I was thinking the same thing when I was watching this scene. I said, "Oh, this is foreshadowing," but like at the same time, you put this disclaimer out here that your son is number 1. You can't have him mixed up in anything. But your neighbor clearly put you on game on what Diamond was about. You still made the choice to sleep with this man. You still made the choice to let this man teach your son how to box, so you're kind of as guilty, even though what happened to him isn't Diamond's fault.
I'll discuss that when we get to that scene. Yeah, I'll discuss that when we get to that scene.
Miss Honey, you stupid. Yeah, you so stupid. Egg should make Diamond feel special, but what about that coochie though? Right, that part. So she basically telling him in this scene right here that, we can be some, even though, like I said, I felt like she was going to be with the shit when she found out what he was about or whatever. So at this turn, this was her opportunity to say, yo, we can't be no more, you know, I don't want you spending time with my son or whatever. If that was truly her concern, that, you know, her son will get caught up in some mess running with Diamond, he should have went ahead and established those boundaries right there. Like, me and you can jump off, but I need you to put some distance between you and my son because I don't want my son in these streets or whatever. But, you know, she's like, oh, I'm having fun, so let's continue.
Yeah, I think she was so traumatized that she was believing Diamond when he said, like, nah, I'm not that person. Like, I'm totally different. Because that's when she was like, well, we'll see. Like, I think that's, like, she took his word for that. And that's why she wasn't even thinking about it. Because, like you said, immediately she should have been like, yeah, nah.
Yeah, she should put them boundaries up. But at the same defense, Diamond really isn't that dude. He's kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out the door. So I feel like that was an opportunity for him to have that discussion with her. But yeah, I'm somewhat still kind of in her life, but I'm trying to work my way out of it or whatever the case may be. You know, put that level of honesty out there so she can continue to make that decision or that choice that, okay, you know, we're going to be together. But I mean, Diamond is not necessarily a bad dude. He does bad things, but he's not a bad dude. So, you know, it's kind of a very thin line we took here with him. Does Vic live in a church?
Yo, I thought the same thing. I was like, yo, like, does he live in a church? Like, but I was like his kitchen don't look like that. Don't look like it's a church. I was trying to figure that out myself when I saw them windows. I couldn't figure out. I was like, yo, where you live at?
I've been trying to figure out, do he live in a church?
Because I was like, that's a church window right there. But the rest of his place don't look nothing churchish about it. At all. Don't look churchish, nothing about it, but
right. It was like, okay, does he live in a church? I mean, like, what's going on? And I'm sorry, but once again, you're playing with my intelligence here. This dude, Mr. Jackal, what's good? Mr. Jackal. I guess you're right, King Retro. He's a drug dealer with morals, Diamond. Yeah. Yeah, Vic definitely lives in the church, Jeremiah. You for sure right about that. It's like an old converted church or something. I don't know what's going on. But I'm sorry. Vic, you don't unalive like 3 people in this series already, including your father. You're not having nightmares about putting a bullet in your father's head, but you're sitting here having nightmares about unaliving this cop that was shaking you down to be a CI.
I think he was having that because he didn't want to do it, and I guess he knew. I think it's just his conscience because he knew that the
support gaming. You so stupid. He said Vic lives in the church that Glory was buried at. Y'all are terrible. I don't know because we'll get there, Miss Honey. We'll get there. Pin that comment there. I'm gonna pin that. We're gonna come back to that because I got a comment about that. Vic Flynn's hallucination about Vargas was insane. It was stupid. I agree. You're right, Miss Honey. Number 3. I don't know. I think he's number 4 because yeah, you're right, Miss Honey. Number 3. Yeah, I thought he was living in the mansion at first because remember they showed him after he had unalived Vic and he was giving like the workers orders or something. I thought he was living at the mansion, right?
I thought he sold it. That's what I did. I thought he told Gloria. I mean, not Gloria.
He was said he should have sent Vic to be with the Lord instead of Leon. I'm right. The church's glorious home. She allowed him to stay the night. Y'all are tripping. Y'all so funny.
You should have told them. Prove the Irish ain't. Told who? He should have told who about Claudia. Because if you're talking about the feds, he tried whatchamacallit, don't care about Claudia.
That's a good point, Jeremiah, because really, to be quite honest with you, Vic should have played that. They could have spent that narrative. If Vic would have went to Tommy in the beginning and told them that, Hey, the feds are watching you. They after you. They try to get me to snitch. He could still sign up to be the CI, but fed them, whatever information they wanted to feed them.
Yep. Miss Honey said
maybe the mansion is in probate right now, and Vic can't get it till after it settles in probate. This thing was stupid. This thing was absolutely stupid for me because I felt like Vic should have at the very least. I felt like Vic should at the very least have had a conversation with Tommy and let Tommy knew what was going on. But of course, he's worried about the whole situation of unaliving the cop, and if that's going to catch up to him or whatever. Then what's his name? Bobby. Bobby knocks on the door and told him, "Get some shit. Let's go on downtown."
Yep, I knew then. That's what
I knew then. Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, bro." I was like, "It's a wrap for you now, bro." I was like, "That's when I was like, I thought maybe I was thinking Vargas had a whatchamacallit on him or something."
I thought so too. I thought Vargas had a wire on him and got conversations with whatchamacallit.
That's y'all favorite homegirl right there.
Attorney Tightwig comes on the scene, and she basically like, I know you had something to do with it, and I'm like, here she go, and she pretty much, she's pissed. She's pissed that one of her FBI agents got unalive or whatever, and of course she blames Vic. I mean, she's not wrong in her assumption, but she thinks that Tommy was the one who did it, but it really was Vic that did it. But he was kind of forced by Tommy to do it, or coerced by Tommy to do it. Did it under duress. But he got immunity right now. So she was like, "Oh, you think you got immunity, but you don't. You're going to go to jail if you unalive this cop." Like, the fact that she's actually able to shake up Vic is laughable. The fact that, Vic, you have been in a criminal organization all your entire life.
Yeah.
Talking to the cops should be nothing for you. Lawyer? Like, y'all should have multiple lawyers on y'all payroll. Y'all run a criminal syndicate, and you are actually letting a U.S. attorney shake you down. Like, Vic, you just...
Yeah. I agree with that.
That
would be a good plot twist, though. That would be a good plot twist. If they did. DeMarcus, Dublin shouldn't, because Dublin was literally after his father. So now that his father is unalive, the debt is gone. They ain't worried about his pops no more.
Yeah.
Like, he what you call it?
Jeremiah, I like the theory too.
Detective Skullcap Wig. Bruh, okay, I see it's gonna be one of them. It's gonna be one of them nights tonight.
Yeah, they turned up tonight. The chat.
It's gonna be like last week.
Yeah, it's gonna be like last week. They on fire today. They got a lot to say.
It's gonna be like last week.
DeMarcus, you like Stacy?
You're the only person I know.
Attorney tight wig with her ratchet yellow nails. I'm sorry. This scene right here, another. I'm like, yo, why they had to give her bright yellow nails, man? I'm like, come on. I thought I turned the jester off on this damn thing. Hold on a minute. Yeah, I thought they had. I don't like her. I'm sorry. I don't like her. I don't like her.
I don't like her. I'm trying to like. She's like Blanca annoying now. Like,
yeah, she is. She is. She absolutely is.
I'm just ready for her to go at this point. Like, I can't.
Please take her. They should have took her instead of Leon.
Definitely. That's who. But I got a feeling just from this scene right here. No, matter of fact, it's not the scene. It's not the scene right here. But it looked like Bobby is pretty much kind of getting tired of her. Like, because it pretty much told you, like, this was going to happen. Vic tried to warn you. You didn't listen.
Detective Skullcap Wig. Boy, y'all know y'all tripping on that lady wig. It does look terrible, though. It is
a terrible wig, though.
That wig is horrible.
It's definitely disgusting.
Mr. Jackal, that's a good question. That's a good question. Let's talk about that. Do you think her husband will undermine her eventually?
Yep.
I don't know if he's going to undermine her eventually, but I think they're going to end up if both of them survive. I think they're going to end up parting ways behind it. I don't know if he's going to necessarily undermine her, but our theory is that Asian guy is the one that's going to undermine her.
Yeah, Shane. Yeah, I think they probably both will, or he's going to what's the lady that was on the last episode that came at her that said it was threatening to
pull the lady from the DOJ.
Yeah, I think probably Shane and Bobby, like they probably gonna get approached by her, and they probably gonna be like, yeah, like she.
I don't like the pairing of these two characters. I don't know if it's because they made them husband and wife. But you're right, support gaming. The kissing scene between them just looked brutally uncomfortable. So to me, I don't think they should have made them lovers or a husband and wife or whatever. Unless they would have better cast Stacy Marks. I don't like the casting on Stacy Marks. She doesn't perform the role well for me.
Oh, DeMarcus says Stacy doesn't like. But ain't she in the Shy? I remember y'all saying in the Shy, like
I think they said she's a lesbian in the Shy.
So I don't know.
These are two characters they could have taken instead of poor little Leon. They should have took Miss Wig, and they could have took Vic, and I would have been happy. Everybody tripping on that wig. Y'all are so funny. I can't even keep up where I left off at on these comments. Y'all are, yes, they should have been lesbian. I agree, Kiwan. They should have made her character. They should have made her like Burke and Burke's lover. They should have made a character pairing like that versus the husband. The husband still could have been casted, but just not as the husband, just as the detective. But if they were going to they should have gave Stacy something else because she underperforms the role for me. What's going on with Diamond and Tommy? Once again, it seems more like this is Tommy's show, which it is literally his show, but this is Diamond's organization. But Diamond is constantly taking orders from Tommy, and I'm like, this just doesn't fit well for me.
I got a theory on that. After when I was watching that, I think it's because Diamond got 1 foot in and 1 foot out, so it's like he's in it, but at the same time, like he's trying to be strategic and not trying to get his hands dirty because, like I said, he got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So it's like while Tommy is the one out there in the streets making all the noise, it's almost like at the same time he like, well, I'm clean. And plus, like I said, when he got 1 foot in, 1 foot out, especially after with Leon and stuff, you could tell like he ain't want to really be in it no more. So like that's why he was just like, here, Tommy, just you can run the organization. I don't really care. Like it's only when Tommy does something that Tommy normally does, then it's like, oh, now you want to voice an opinion, but you ain't been voicing no opinion the entire time because you got 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
And what does this remind us of? Let's just start from attorney tight wig, Angela Valdez 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Diamond Ghost 2.0. We'll call him Spirit. Let's just call him Spirit. He's not Ghost, but he's Spirit. Miss Honey, you are absolutely right. They styled her and they writing her too aggressive. And she's very unapproachable. She's even unapproachable with her own husband.
Yeah. But I think somebody was it DeMarcus?
Yeah, you're right. They should have gave her a wife. Yeah, they should have gave her a wife.
There's the joint. Ryan said she see why because they don't even like each other in the shows. I was like, that could more than likely be the reason why
they're pairing. I'm telling you, I don't know what the table read was like for those two characters when they came in and read for these characters, but to me, I wouldn't have casted them because their unpairing is just it's not good on-camera chemistry. And typically with couples on the show, they pair people that have good on-camera chemistry. They just look brutally uncomfortable. And you're right. Someone said it earlier. They kind of remind you of Monet and what's his name. Like you could tell, like Mary J. Blige was not comfortable in any of those kissing or sex scenes or anything
at all. At all. It showed. I was just like, y'all.
You could almost see her skin crawling.
It was like y'all should have just edited this part out. Like not even have wrote this scene because it don't even look believable.
Yeah, it doesn't look believable.
Tommy's using Diamond because he needs a black face in the street. Diamond is a pawn. I can't say he's a pawn because, to be quite honest, like if he really wanted to, Tommy could probably just take over CBI by himself.
But you know what, DeMarcus, you make a good point about that. She is somewhat reminiscent to Tamika Washington, but at least with Tamika Washington, they didn't give her a love interest on the show. And I think a character like Stacy Marks should have been the same. She shouldn't have had a love interest, and they damn sure should have gave her a love interest that she had to work with because it wasn't just the perfect pairing. Yeah, I guess you're right. Tommy needed Diamond in such a way. Tommy does need Diamond because otherwise Tommy wouldn't be able to move as freely throughout these organizations without Diamond's backing. These two right here. Let's see. We have Jukebox 2.0. So Jukebox 2.0 is having a conversation with Claudia. Claudia rolls up on her and basically tells her that, you know, they have gotten access to the Viagra district or the Viagra triangle, which is a stupid name for a group of clubs. But we found out
that's what it was. It was called a Viagra?
Yes, the Viagra triangle is the name of the clubs.
Okay, I'm about to start watching these joints with captions on because that's not what I thought she said.
You thought she said, yeah, but it's Viagra, which is pretty much about the same. I mean, you need the Viagra for the other thing that you thought it was. So
I did not know that's what she said. Yeah, I'm going to watch all these joints with captions.
My camera is still following me. Stop that. Claudia basically tells Jukebox 2.0 that Miss Betty got access to Miss Betty's mama has access to some clubs that they pushing their weight through or whatever. And she was out there trying to make a play. But Shanti's reaction kind of threw me off a little bit because I thought last week when they were working together, she had said that it was a one-time thing. So I didn't know that they were partners in crime.
Nah, I thought they. Hold on, I'm trying to remember the episode.
Miss Honey told me they got plenty of lesbians in the show, including Shanti. They'll be mud arrested next episode. The way Claudia was looking at her when she threatened her, she was like, "Beat me now." I was like,
yeah, I feel like I thought at one point. Remember after.
DeMarcus, you keep saying that every week. You're going to have to explain to me. I've been avoiding the topic, but you're going to have to explain to me why are you Team Claudia? Please explain to me why are you Team Claudia?
DeMarcus, support game, and somebody. I could have swore maybe the last episode that they came into the... No, because remember, it was, but then right before she left Claudia's apartment, they made the deal because she said it need to be... Because remember, Claudia said 70-30. And she laughed at her. And then she said 50-50. And then that's when they made that deal. It was like, yeah, it's going to be 50-50. And it was going to be both of them just women taking over and stuff. So I think I think that's why she was mad because they supposed to be 50-50 partners and she went and did this without her. Almost like she making side deals behind her back.
Okay.
I could be wrong. DeMarcus is one of them in there. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I just Shanti basically told Claudia though that, you know, you out here trying to make moves, and it's the same conversation, it's the same problem that her brother had with working with her. She was out here doing her own thing and not including her partner. And Shanti is pretty much like, listen, if we're gonna be in this thing together, then we need to make decisions together, and like, you know, that's not gonna go well. And she was like basically saying that if you double cross me, this ain't gonna go well for you. And I was like, that's a threat.
Yeah, but I don't think Claudia's scared of that because she like whatever. I feel like she probably remember like I got the Serbs, whatever. So like you ain't taking me out. Like I don't think she's scared of Shanti. I think if anybody, she definitely scared of Tommy though. Like that's why she got the Serbs for protection now because that's who she really scared of.
I do agree that you need Claudia to help push the story forward. I agree with that. She is smarter than her brother. I will give you that, DeMarcus. You know what? Maybe in one of the next installments, if they continue this thing where they keep spinning off power, a female criminal syndicate would be kind of dope.
Yeah, that definitely would. I can't say that's what would take Tommy down, Miss Honey, though, but it would actually be dope to see. I don't think it'll take Tommy down. That's just me. I just think it'll be dope. That'll probably be like his biggest rival or something.
The moment we've all been waiting on, they finally decided to pull up on Tommy. She had told Bobby back in their uncomfortably kissing scene. She was like, fuck these warrants. We finna go shake CBI down. We finna go let them know that they can't drop one of ours and not feel the pressure from that. So they pull up on Tommy and plain day. And again, she uses this opportunity to, kind of let Tommy know that we know more about you than you think we do. And she pulled a picture of them out where he was out on the driver's education class with Mireya.
Yep.
And she lets him know that, we know that you unalive or you fake unaliving yourself in New York. And, we watching you or whatever the case may be. I don't know why she didn't tip her hand in a little bit further. I thought she was going to tip her hand a little bit further and let her know that we know more about you than you think we do. But, she just kind of, tried to shake him up or whatever the case may be.
Which ain't work. Tommy wasn't scared, like, not one bit. Like I said, I just didn't understand.
He should have asked her, did she have a headache because that wig was so tight? That's what I would have asked her.
I didn't You come out and you say to him, you come in my city doing all this other stuff. And I'm like, bruh, you had the whole Flynn organization in that city way before Tommy got there. And at no point did you even care about them. Now this man come and now all of a sudden you care about the organizations that's moving weight in your city. I was like, come on, man. That's that part of the scene. I was like, really?
I don't understand why she didn't take him in. I do not understand why she did not take him in. Tommy should have warrant. Tommy should have a warrant out for his arrest right now. I don't know in the terms of legality, is it illegal for you to fake your death? But technically he didn't fake his death. They just assume, because his response could have been, I was in a car accident. Y'all thought I was dead, but I moved to Chicago. But there still should be a warrant out for Tommy for Ghost's death. He had enough to take him in right there.
No, but remember, hold on, I gotta
remember what? That there's not a warrant out for Tommy's arrest?
For Ghost death, I don't think so anymore, because I remember what's his name? Oh man,
I don't know about that, because Tasha named Tommy as the person that unalived Ghost in open court. That's why they were after him during the conflicts.
Remember, what's his name that worked with Davis had said that he knew it wasn't Tommy.
You talking about Sachs?
I remember Sachs saying he knew it wasn't Tommy and figured out that it was Tariq. So that might have been why I was the one.
Support Gaming says Stacy's just an older Tasha St. Patrick, a half smart chicken head. Stacy Marks and Shanti would be dangerous squad if they were together. You know what? I was kind of wondering, and they're flirting with the idea. They're flirting with the idea if she makes it out of this season and they make it to season 3. They're flirting with the idea that, in every power we have a dirty law enforcement person and we have a dirty attorney person, so to speak. So she could flip to the other side. I mean, her obsession with Tommy and trying to beat him legally could end up, especially if something happened to her husband, and her husband get unalive behind all this, she could flip to the other side where she started working with them to try to take Tommy out a different way, because they're flirting with the idea, because she's coercing witnesses. Mm-hmm. She pretty much kind of made a slight threat to Tommy, and she was like, well, if Miguel found out that you messing with his sister, he might take you out for us. You know, so she's kind of flirting with danger a little bit. So I would have liked if they make her go rogue. I would like her character a lot better if they do make her go rogue.
I think she's gonna go rogue. And it just dawned on me why.
Miss Sharon, that's where I'm at, Miss Sharon. That's exactly where I'm at. I feel like she had enough to arrest him right there, or at the very least, take him down for questioning.
I think it just hit me that they probably do, but she didn't want to, because if she took him in, that's gonna blow like their whole case. Because remember, she want to take him down just to take down the cartel. So she would have took him in.
That's fine. That
would have been enough for the lady. She would have been like, "Oh, I'm shutting down your whole task force." Because like she ain't really have him on nothing for real. Because she didn't get the tape from she didn't get the recording.
She hadn't got the tape yet, but at the very least, he could have been a person of interest. Like at the very, very least, they should have been able to get warrants for the cell phones, pull the cell phone records to see who was in the vicinity of Vargas. I mean, if that was Angela would have had cell phone records pulled. She would have had street cams pulled. There's street cams all over Chicago, but I digress. It's the writing for me.
But remember, the cell phones they kept switching them joints out, so she probably ain't even have. Because remember, she was on Vic to get the number. And what happens right after she got it? He ended up swapping phones again.
At the very least, what would have been dope writing is if they would have took him in, and when they took him in and got him downtown, then you would have had Jenny Sullivan, Blanca, and her all waiting for him when he got there and questioned him. That would have been dope. That would have been a great way to kind of like let Tommy know that, okay, I'm in deeper shit than I thought I was, because they don't caught up to me. That would have been dope writing.
I'm thinking that's something I would have saved for the finale though. Something like that. I would save that for a finale.
Y'all dragging Miss Yellow Nails.
Yeah, I gotta kind of agree with that. DeMarcus, I'm starting to think it's not Bobby. I'm almost thinking it might possibly be Thing, because he tired of whatchamacallit.
Yeah, it could be. That's why I go back to neck and wig DeMarcus, because I don't want it to be Bobby. If anybody turns out to be a rogue DEA agent or attorney, I want it to be Stacy Marks. They're setting the tone for it already. They're setting the tone for her to be the bad person anyway. Yeah. So they just need to go ahead and take it on to the next level.
So here we got, I guess Vic was planning on running, which to me, I was like, where the hell you gonna go? Like, I was lost by it. I was like, you gonna pack up? I was like, where you gonna go? Like, if that was the case, you should have ran a long time ago. Like after they scooped you up, you should have been gone. Now you about to run now? That didn't make no sense to me. Like,
and what are you on the run for at this point? Like, you just get ready to tip your whole hand and let everybody know that you were the snitch.
I didn't even think about that. That's right. Sure enough, he damn sure was about to let everybody know he was the snitch if he would have ran.
I think Tommy was trying to go find a church to pray at and didn't realize that he was going to Vic's house. So when he was going to Vic's house to have a conversation with him, I'm like, is this the first time that we've actually seen Vic's? You know, Claudia lives in a nice penthouse and Vic lives in a church.
Nah, we saw the first season, because remember Tommy had been
over there in the church.
Tommy had been over there a couple of times, because Tommy came over there that time when he was trying to tell them that he needed to leave town.
Y'all dragging that lady by her shoes about her.
It was horrible. They look like some ballerina slippers. I said the same thing when I saw them.
And the fact that they made a point to show them, right? I was like, damn, they could at least gave us some red bottoms or something.
I ain't gonna lie, I thought they was ballerina shoes. So
Vic should have left town after he unalived his father, right? He should have been gone. Like he should have been up out of here. I don't even know what these two fools was talking about right here. Tommy and
I think this is because this is when whatchamacallit, this was right after Stacy Marks paid him a visit. And he goes,
bro, look at this place. You cannot tell me this is not a church. This looks like a church.
Yeah, I'm agreeing now. How they flip it into a crib, I don't have a clue. But he was definitely, but they definitely showed it last season. That much I remember. But I thought here Tommy was gonna put 2 and 2 together and be like, okay, like
that's what I thought that was getting ready to happen too.
I thought, especially when he was like the way Vic was acting, he was gonna be like, especially when you said, no, they haven't been here. If I was Vic, if I had did the writing, I would have had Vic say, yeah, they stopped by here. Like, because it would have threw Tommy off, like that you ain't in, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not cooperating with him. It would have made him think Tommy would have thought like, okay, damn, they really on us. Like, you could have played that so much better. Like, had they did that in the writing and say, Vic, like, yeah, they stopped by here and they questioned me or whatever, but they didn't have nothing on me. They questioned me about my father, etc., whatever. And then that's when Tommy would be like, okay, yeah, they on us, and he could have played it out. But I think at the same time, I think Vic don't really want to give up Tommy. He like Diamond, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. He more so worried about trying to get his sister locked up.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Why go to the feds? Like, are you stupid or are you dumb? Because he was drunk.
You know, I had said it even before I even saw the foreshadowing of what was getting ready to happen with the pro officer. I was like, if they show this man come to this barbershop one more time, I am so tired of James Evans coming over here every episode bothering this dude. Like,
oh, that man James.
He is James Evans. He got a temperament of James Evans and everything. He's James Evans.
But what I do not get,
please explain to me because I don't get it either.
Is y'all don't have a back door to that barbershop? Because
y'all got cameras up at this point. Y'all would have cameras on the block. Let's see who coming down both sides of the whatchamacallit. Oh, Diamond, here come your PO. All right, I'm out. Let them know I ain't here.
Or something. It's like, bruh, he just coming up, dude, just coming up with the bags, walking out front. Like, bruh, it's no way. Like, you got to have either a back door or something, a lookout that be like, hey, you know, whoop, give you a whistle, something. Like,
yeah. The fact that Diamond don't even have people on the block out in front of his shop that keeping watch. You know, narcos coming, right? You know, like if this would have been, yeah. Anyway, he comes over to tell Diamond that, you know, he was very impressed with his speech and, you know, how they got a lot of thugs to turn in their weapons that after that speech or whatever the case may be, you know, there's hope for him yet. And I'm like, okay, yeah.
Same thing I said.
Miss Sharon, we were talking about that earlier. We didn't understand why Vic wasn't living at the mansion.
Not like I said, I thought he sold it. I thought he got rid of it. I think he didn't want to whatchamacallit. But right here is where I could tell Diamond, that's really when I was like, yeah, he got the 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah, he got the 1 foot in because that gave him hope. That gave him hope by the fact that the parole officer said that to him. That gave him hope that, okay, maybe I can slip on out of this life, you know, because he's not there for the money because he doesn't live a lavish lifestyle or whatever the case may be. He walk around with the same pair of Jordans on every day. So it's not like he's spending the money or whatever. So he's not in it for that. So you have to ask yourself this question: what is Diamond really in the game for? Because, you know, at least with Ghost was trying to work towards taking that money and building a bigger future for himself and his family with the clubs and all that. But you really don't understand what Diamond's goals are. They haven't really shared with us what the character's goals are for himself. So it's definitely a 1 foot in, 1 foot out the door type situation. But that conversation with James Evans gave him hope that maybe I can be a better man.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think in the first season he was all in, and then this season with Leon, his pops telling him, "Be better than me, take care of your brother, etc."
Right.
Now he having this revelation. Now he like, yo, I really don't even want to be in this. Like for real, for real. Like I want the money, but at the same time, like I really don't even want to be in this. Like I could just be in the barbershop and change my life around and do this, because that's when I realized that that's when like everything kind of really took a turn, when like they, you know what I'm saying, everything with his pops, and his pops
Yeah.
was talking to him. That's when he started having this revelation and all this stuff. Now it's like I don't really want to be in CBI no more. like like yeah, we can do it, but because like we see, Tommy is making all of the moves. He's making all of the moves of the in the whatchamacallit. He's making all the moves for CBI.
But to answer your question, DeMarcus, who's the worst cop? That is going to be Mr. Reeves. Tyrone Reeves is the worst cop, because Howard, I could deal with Howard. Howard's story is actually, we have a better story with Howard, so we're vested in him.
Yeah.
But this Tyrone Reeves, he's just annoying. His
Yeah.
presence is annoying. It's there's a little discernment with Howard's character, because we want to see how did it turn out that Kanan's father, who's a cop, you know, how come we never knew that before raising Kanan? You know, so that leads you to ask yourself this question: what's ultimately going to end up happening to Howard? You know, we already tried to take him out one time, that ain't work. So Howard's character is far more interesting than this dirtbag. I shouldn't call that parole officer. He's a public servant. I shouldn't call him a dirtbag.
You called him a public servant?
He is a public servant. He's a parole officer that make $35,000 a year. He's a public servant. Sorry. All right, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. We appreciate y'all in the chat. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and talk about what's going on. Already. This is the dude that Tom and him had already rolled up on and got to sell they work. But Miguel is trying. I can't remember what the dude's name was, or what. I think DODs or DSW.
DSDs.
DSDs, yeah.
Yep.
But Miguel tried to pull up on them and get them to sell his work. And he was like, I already work for you basically through Tommy. So we already saw right there that Miguel's getting a little fed up with Tommy a little bit. Like, this white boy is everywhere. Like he doing a little too much.
And it's funny because the last episode he told Isabella that he was already 2 steps ahead of Tommy because he was going to the DSDs, but clearly you were 2 steps behind because Tommy done already talked to the DSD.
Tommy beat you to it.
Like, you knew what he was doing, but you was moving too slow. Tommy was with it. Tommy was moving. But this is where I was like, yeah, bro. I was like, yep. I was like, he about to get ready to go to war with them and the Serbs. Like, because now you get, in words of my man Hove, you're getting too big for your britches. Like, like it's coming.
But going back to Miss Honey, that grandmother tried to warn him that you was dealing with the devil, you was dealing with this white boy. And Tommy been smooth with it too, because Tommy has just been strategically sliding in on the slide while everyone else has dissension and all this other conflict is going on. Tommy is going to make his play.
He just been moving slowly.
He's moving slow with it. He's slow walking it down. He's slow walking, because eventually what's going to happen is he somewhat is really fucking with Miguel's business, because at the end of the day, all of the work is now coming from Tommy. So he's cutting out the opportunity. He's cutting out the opportunity for Miguel to sell his work higher to anyone else. So now he's got to sell his work to Tommy at this set price. And now Tommy is now, controlling that narrative, where Miguel had these other crews that was buying from him as well, that he probably was marking up the bricks and cutting it or stepping on it or whatever. Not that I know anything about these things, but I just had to look at this from a normal business standpoint. From a normal business standpoint, when you take something at cost, you add cost to it to make profit. So,
But at
And
first,
with Miguel, it ain't looking too good for Miguel for me. Something gonna happen with Miguel.
At the same time, I thought maybe he wasn't going to trip. I thought he was going to be mad that Tommy beat him to the punch. But at the same time, I thought maybe he wasn't going to trip because it's like, okay, at the end of the day, DSD is still moving my weight for me. So that's how
I'm still getting paid.
But I think once dude has said like, nah, we good with Tommy's the deal we got with Tommy, I think that's what set it like over the edge.
I'm so tired of Jenard getting ran up on. I am tired of these niggas running down on Jenard. Jenard is a punk. He is getting punked by everyone in these streets. Tommy, you should not even been able to get close enough to this dude to put hands on him, let alone jack this dude up. I am so sick of Jenard getting his ass beat by everyone he interacts with on this show.
He a recovering junkie, so at this point he ain't got much strength and stuff no more. So like he got to build that back up. Like
they have really I don't know what made the decision to write this character the way they have wrote this character this season, but they have really did a complete 180 on his character arc.
Exactly, because I'm thinking in my head, if this is real life, how nobody, whether it was Tommy, anybody in his crew, anything, has not paid attention to how this man has been dressing lately. Your man was in all types of expensive designer.
And driving a Ferrari. Now he riding around old beat up Cutlass.
And now your man dressed like he's staying
man
out.
is riding around in a beat up Cutlass. How do you go from Ferrari to Cutlass?
I was like,
that Cutlass look like it don't even have air conditioning in it. Or Oldsmobile. It might be a 98 Oldsmobile or 89. It's an 89 Oldsmobile.
I'm like, I'm just sitting here thinking
the same car they had Tariq driving. No, it ain't the same car. That was a Cutlass that Tariq was driving. This is a 98. This is an Oldsmobile.
Yeah, probably a Delta 89.
Yeah, it's a Delta 89. That's exactly what it was.
Delta 89. But also, I would have thought by now too, Tommy would have either two things: notice something's up with Jenard, or two, some type of word would have got back to him by now that like, yo, Jenard was a junkie. Because everybody, because like his crew saw it, as well as the people. I would have thought even them people would have tried to get back at him. The ones he fought when he said that he had told them that he had took out Lil X or whatever. I can't even remember his name. I think that was his name. Like his crew. I would have thought by now Tommy would have. Yeah, Lil K. I would have thought
K1. Special K is a cereal. It's a cereal.
I would have thought by now, like he would have heard that, but so.
But listen, go back to we dragging the hell out of Jenard. We dragging the hell out of Jenard by him being a crackhead and a junkie and all this stuff. But I really need for them to explain the substance abuse, what is causing it. Because when Tommy was on that shit, we knew why Tommy was on that shit, or whatever. But with Jenard, we're just left to assume that because he's been stressed with his brother and them losing or splitting the organization, maybe that's what led to him using. Because in the first season, I don't think that they showed us him having a drug problem in the first season. So if he was a junkie or a crackhead, they would have showed him all throughout the characters' arc that he would have been using drugs or substance abuse real heavy. So to me, there's a reason for the substance abuse that they haven't revealed to us yet. What was, because I felt like the episode, which this is unrealistic. If that was my brother, I walked in on using drugs, there would have had to been a conversation where it led to an explanation. Like, bro, what's going on? Why are you on these drugs? Like, it's not believable that Diamond would not have that conversation with him about why you're using drugs. So I need for them to explain to us what is causing the substance abuse.
I don't think we ever.
It's like even with Kate, we know why Kate uses, but with Jenard, we don't know what has led him to become such a junkie. But in all fairness, he's a recovering addict at this point, y'all, because we haven't seen him use anymore.
Yeah, they leaving it up to us to figure that out and think. Because like I've been thinking the entire time, it's just been the stress from like you said, treason wasn't moving work like that. He owed Serbs that was threatening his life every
He had
day.
old Miguel.
That old Miguel. So he like, yo, like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's so stressed out. The weed wasn't working. So that's when he started sniffing
That's
coke.
my point, Miss Sherry. It does not make
So,
no sense. Because he even said it in this episode. He was like, yo, I ran CBI for 15 years. How?
Because he wasn't a junkie. That's why he getting run over now, because he's a junkie.
I guess it's safe to say that when his brother and him split ways, his brother had more clout in the streets than he did, and he had Tommy. So he cut him down just like he cut everyone else off. So he was out here struggling.
I think it was more so his brother was more the brains. Like, not saying Jenard don't have the brains, but I think it was more so, yeah, he was running for 15 years, but they were during those 15 years while he was down, you know what I'm saying? They was going to war on the streets. Like, he was going off of emotion. Like, they hit us, okay, let's hit back. So when Big Bro came home, he moving different. Like, nah, we gotta be strategic about this. We need to move it under the radar. And he wasn't with that no more.
I remember that in season 1. Now that you say that,
yeah, he was like, we gotta do it more. So I think that's all it was, because that's why they was going back and forth. Because he was like, yo, I've been doing it this way. He's like, there's another way. Let's move it this way. Let's be under the radar. So,
and part of that was due for the fact that Diamond was on probation, so he had to move.
Yeah,
he had to move a little clandestine. The Serbs paid Claudia a visit, up the tax on her. They was like, listen, we ain't got no work out here in these streets. You if you want protection from my men, you're gonna have to give me half of what you got. And once again, she don't got shut down. So like right now, Claudia, I don't know if you're making enough money in the streets to pay for that little fancy penthouse you live in, because you got to split that thing 3 ways now. Maybe Miss Betty will help her out with the rent. But Claudia ain't making no money out here in these streets. Team Claudia, y'all starving over there. She gonna be and listen, she got a drinking problem because she always run to that bar and pour the drink. Because she's stressed too. She trying to figure out how she gonna make her light bill next month. That $2,000 light bill she got in a penthouse that she live in. Poor Claudia.
with the decanters.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start living like that. I'm gonna buy me some decanters. I'm gonna start living.
I got a few decanters. That mean you fancy. It just means you just like your liquor in a different type of bottle. That's all.
Problem is I won't know what is what until I taste it. But yeah, man. Here, I already knew that was the shakedown.
Yeah, that was a shakedown. Merkovich trying to get some money.
Yeah.
Because he ain't getting it in the streets, so he gonna try to get what he can get off of Claudia.
Yep. I still well not, you know what?
Miss Honey, you said that last season. You right. These Serbs right here are way worse than the Serbs that we've ever known to be in power. Like at this point, I'm ready for them to get rid of the Serbs because they're just so underwhelming.
Yeah. I'm still thinking that they're gonna come in stronger.
I don't know. They fuck shit up though when they come on the scene though.
They damn sure do. I will give you that. So
they fuck some shit up when they come on the scene.
They definitely do. That's why I was surprised they ain't made a call to, like, you know what I'm saying, they home and bring in some more firepower.
Yeah, they need some more firepower.
But yeah, I had already knew. I was like, yeah. I think at some point though, I still think that although they made the deal, I think at some point Claudia is going to try somehow, some way to cut them out of the deal.
What did he whisper to him in this scene right here?
Oh, this is where he tell him that Tommy was meeting with that
the other gang. Okay,
that other gang, and that's when Merkovich was like, okay, now we gotta make our presence known, because he was going to meet with that other gang to
make sure that they were still gonna get their work from them.
Because that gang was getting their work from that gang was getting their work from the Serbs. And so that's when he found out. That's when he's like, okay, yeah, this is what we gotta. I don't know if y'all watched the prediction video that got dropped earlier last week, but it was all. I already knew JP was going to tell her D-Mac was alive. We saw it coming. They could have kept this whole scene. What was it, like 5 minutes? It was a 5-minute scene anyway. Like, they could have kept this whole scene. It wasn't that important. We already knew.
what are they doing with Kate's character on this show? I just do not like what they're doing with Kate's character this season. But we also learned in this episode she went back to New York.
I was about to say that. I was like, okay. So I was like, when she said that, she was like, I had some time in New York. Immediately, I thought of the scene from book 2 when Diana shows up and all those boxes are behind her. That's the first thing that came to my head.
But I need for them to have explained to us if they could have expanded the conversation with Kate just a little further and say why she went back to New York. It wasn't clear as to what she went back to New York for.
Yeah, I don't think they know either.
I don't know what they're doing with these characters because they set them up for story arcs at the beginning of the season when Tommy brought JP to the bar, with Kate coming to town and building a relationship with them. They were setting the story arc up because remember, we initially said, oh, Kate gonna be there working at that bar. And they're gonna be moving work out of that bar, or they're gonna be washing the money at the bar. They set the characters up for an arc, but now every scene with these characters are in this house.
In the house. We ain't seen the bar since. The last time we saw the bar is when JP was playing on the piano and giving D-Mac some money.
The reason why it is that way in support gaming is because they are not dropping the nuances that we need to understand where we're at in the timeline. They have not given us year and time and date placement. That they have not given us that type of continuity. So we're left to assume that we're in between season. What are we on? Season 4 of book 2 coming up?
Yeah, we about to be on season 4.
So we're somewhere in between season 3 of book 2 and possibly season 4 and the end of season 1 and season 2 of this. So yes, it is confusing, but I think it could be very easily explained if they gave us character placement. Like if they would have brought Junior onto this show, you wouldn't even have to explain the timeline because we know that this character was introduced in season 3 of book 3, so we would know where the timelines paralleled at. If they gave us those type of nuances, it would be very easy for us to discern where we're at in continuity. But because I don't think that the writers themselves are the same writers for both shows, so we're very confused as to where the continuity is. But you're using these characters on 2 different shows with 2 different writers. It is very confusing.
Yep, they set the characters up and abandoned them.
They set them up and abandoned them. Yeah. Especially these 3, JP, D-Mac, and Kate. The main 3 characters that Tommy has synergy with, they have set them up for nothing. And we're on the last 2 episodes that there's no more story for them. So now this washed out story arc for these 3 characters now has to roll over into another season.
I'm thinking before.
You right, support gaming. That is the new nickname for JP.
Yeah,
so from here on out, chat members, we are going to refer to JP as Just Pointless. So when you hear us say Just Pointless, we're talking about JP. Because his character is just pointless. He tells Kate that D-Mac is alive. Kate is sitting here drunk out of the bottle, and he basically tells her that, listen, if you want to see D-Mac, you got to get clean again, or other not, I'm finna put your ass out on the street. I'm like, shit, Kate got money. She take her ass back to New York.
The fact that you sounded just like...
Dude, that's how he talks. Kate, where have you been? We've been worried sick about you, Kate.
I got to see him in something else to see if that's really his voice, or if he's just acting like that.
They're not him any better. They're not giving him any good story arcs. At the very least, he should have been the one trying to get JP out of the streets versus Tommy. They should have done more with JP's character to help Tommy out here in these streets. I really like the idea when they set him up with the bar because I'm like, okay, he's been begging Tommy all along to work.
Help. Yep.
So the help. So, okay, this is how Tommy's getting ready to watch his money. Or he gonna end up selling work out of that bar. They set these characters up and abandon them. You are absolutely right, Miss Honey.
Miss Sharon,
but you know what is coming. Super is coming. I guarantee we're gonna see him in the last episode or the second to last episode. And I hate that they do that with his character. Every time 2-Bit shows up, it's the last episode of the season.
He might. I don't know. He might. I guess it depends, because then we would know exactly where the timeline is. And Miss Sharon, if they are trying to connect the two, I don't know how they're doing it, because the timeline.
You're right about that. Support game. He was drunk the first episode too. Yeah, and the self-righteous, sanctimonial character that JP they're writing him as, like he is just so above the law. He's above reproach. Your brother is a murdering drug dealer. You were just cooking work for him last season, but now you're gonna sit here and lecture Kate about using. I mean, not that I'm condoning drug use, but at the same time, it's just like make sense to me, JP.
I mean, like, in a sense, I kind of can't compare the two. Like,
so you was cooking the work that she was probably using. You was cooking the work last week.
Yeah. I didn't think
last week you was cooking the work.
I didn't think about it from that sense. I
don't like the way they write his character. Just pointless is just pointless.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it from that sense.
You're right, Miss Honey. Who cares? Diamond get that text from Tommy about the SOD meet is set tonight. He hit me back. And, he was getting ready to head on out to his family. Came in. He was happy to see his family.
I knew when I was like, this is when I knew. I was like, yeah, everything's about to get ready to go bad. Because I was like, yo, you still got that 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like, at some point, and you knew he didn't tell Tommy for a reason, because he knew Tommy gonna be like, yo, like, what you doing? Like, you either in it or you not. Like, but you worried about you know what I'm saying, like you said, your family, Leon and Giana come and visit you. But it was fun. What I did pick up on was that Giana knew, like, he had some business in the street. I saw that she peeped that and was just like, yeah, nah, because remember she said, like, I don't want you getting my son mixed up. She could tell from his facial expression, like, yeah, nah. So she said something, and that's when he like, oh, no, I'll make it.
She was trying to give him a way out. Yeah, she was trying to give him a way out. Come on, Leon. Diamond's busy right now. We'll come back later. Yeah.
And he should have took it. He should have been like, he should have took that and be like, yeah, I got something. I'd have made up, like, yeah, I gotta go see my PO, something. Like, you should have been at the meet. But I guess like you said, last week, he sees himself in Leon.
Yeah.
How he was as a kid. And then of all people, you call Jenard.
But that wasn't necessarily a bad play. It actually gave us some insight on how Jenard possibly could have ran CBI for 15 years. So Jenard, he might not been good business for himself, but at least he took direction well because he went over there and he handled his business.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, so they at the SOD meet or whatever, and of course, Tommy is trying to appeal to the coalition idea or whatever. These fellas ain't hearing it. They want to know where Diamond's at. Jenard stepped to the occasion and let them know that, I'm here. I represent me and my brother. My brother dealing with some stuff right now, but what about this money? What about this work? Because that's what we're here to talk about. So he did pull his weight. I feel like he wasn't dead weight in this scene. I think Jenard, even to the point when they got to the shootout and he took old dude out for Tommy, even though we knew that was an ulterior motive associated with it, but at the end of the day, Jenard did pull his weight.
Yeah, and yeah, I agree with that, because then if Jenard wouldn't have went that whole meeting with Tommy and Vic showing up, they would have. Yeah,
that meeting would have went well. That meeting would not have went well if it was just Tommy and Vic.
Yeah, it wouldn't have went well at all, like at all. So yeah, I agree with that.
Yo, them Serbs, I'll tell you what. They kick in the doorway in the 4-4. Listen, they shot up the place, and I'm like, Y'all still ain't got nobody. I don't understand how all these abandoned warehouses and these layers with open doors, unlocked doors, with no protection on the outside, no security, no watch people, whatever. They just came in there and started blasting on them. They blasted off on them.
First thing I said, yo, how the hell they even get in that joint? Like, y'all ain't got nobody on the outside. Like, they just come through. Like, unless the workers was like, oh yeah, but nah, because I was like, they're coming out with guns. Another thing that annoyed me, I was like, yo, y'all got all this heavy artillery. Do you mean to tell me only what, like 4 people get hit?
The transition scenes for this, I wish Xavier was here because I think he would agree with me when I say this. The transitions between these scenes to the next are also unbelievable. It's poorly executed in writing. They just got finished blasting off on y'all, and y'all just let them walk out the door. No chase, no pursuit whatsoever. And then y'all wrap up y'all meeting. Okay, well, Sister Serb just came in here and killed half of our workers. We'll work with you, Tommy. We'll work with you guys. Okay, guys, well, we'll see y'all later. We'll be back next week to work. And y'all just walk out the door and go get in your car like these people may not still be outside waiting on y'all. It's unbelievable.
Like nothing. Like nothing happened.
Scenes, yeah, like nothing just happened. Like nothing just happened. Like nobody just got shot at. Like there ain't bodies that y'all need to figure out how y'all need to get rid of. And of course, none of y'all folks got hit.
None of y'all. I was like, I thought that same thing. I was just like, oh, y'all just walk up. Like, y'all ain't even come out with the guns still. Like, yo, let me make sure that, like, they gone. Nah, I don't think that's a plot twist. Merkovich shot at Tommy. Tommy didn't set that up.
No,
Merkovich,
he shot at him. Yeah,
they want him gone.
Yeah, they want him gone.
Yeah, that he ain't set that up.
Yeah, they want him out of the way because he getting all they work. Because remember, he told Claudia, he told somebody that Tommy working with every low level dealer in the city. They ain't got nobody to sell they work to.
Yeah,
everybody working for Tommy. No, he want him gone.
He want them gone. And this was the same right here that I was saying, like with the Delta 88. I'm like, yo, Tommy ain't. I was like, Tommy, how you gonna peep this man driving around in this ass Oldsmobile? The man had a whole Lambo truck, jewelry, everything, and now he just outside looking like a hobo, and it don't raise no flags. It don't raise no flags that he outside looking like a hobo. Like he's standing outside at the corner of the liquor store drinking. Like at no point. Like it just never registered that. And I still don't even understand why Tommy went back to the Mustang. Why he didn't keep the truck. Like, I mean, I guess it's part of his character, but I just still don't understand like why he went back to the Mustang.
You know what? It's funny you should say that because that is a plot device that is assigned to the character. So basically, when you see the Mustang, you automatically think of Tommy. So it's connected to the characters.
I mean, I get it, but
it's like a prop. It's a prop for the character.
It's like you almost got unalived in that joint. So like at that point,
twice.
Like it should have been like, yo, let me put this damn Mustang somewhere and roll in something else. Like that's how I would move. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody know, like, yo, everybody know this. Let me move different. So
right.
But yeah, like you and
helping his son tie his tie. Diamond tried to help his son tie his tie. You know, he trying to give him tips for the speech. And I said it right here. Yep. I said it right here. I said, little boy ain't gonna make it.
I thought it was gonna happen. Like the way it went, I didn't think it was gonna happen that way. I thought since what I had pictured was since the Serbs had just hit them and they was about to leave, I figured when they walk out the barbershop, the Serbs was going to come through spraying, and then that's when Leon was going to get hit. So I didn't even see him. I didn't even see this whole, whatchamacallit. But this whole thing, Leon's death could have been avoidable easily. I blame Diamond because the death could have been.
Say what? Wait a minute. How?
I blame Diamond.
Nah,
Giana.
Giana. You sound like Giana right now. How this Diamond fault?
Because it could have been avoidable. So, as you can see, he walks. I get it. I get why he stayed back. However,
he wanted to let that boy fight his own fight.
I get that, but at the same time, it should have been like exactly support game, and like Diamond could have stepped up because Diamond name and folks know who he is in the street. It hold weight. So I guarantee you, if Diamond would have walked over there, that boy would have thought twice before pulling out the strap. He would have been like, "Let's do it right." He stood back and watched, knowing like, "Yo, you know how? Like, bro, you from Chicago?" Like, as soon as he knocked the dude down, he could have ran over that joint. Would have been like, "Yeah." And I guarantee you that dude would have thought twice about pulling that joint out because he would have been like, yo, if I pull it out now, I'm going to have the whole CBI out. So it was like Diamond could have easily intervened in that whole situation and stopped him from getting unalive. And then on top of that, after the boy gets shot, you didn't put no pressure on the wound. Like, you just held him. Like, you could have put some pressure on the wound or something. Like, so it.
Yo, I said it though. I said, man, Diamond gonna get blamed for this. I said that when he was holding that boy in his arms. I said, when that old girl come home, she can blame Diamond for this. Sure enough, she did. But I mean, I get what you're saying. I somewhat agree with what you're saying, but I don't think it's fair to say that it was Diamond's fault.
I mean, I don't say it's Diamond's fault that he got,
because these are the same little boys that have been accosting Leon all season. So, he didn't step in well, technically he kind of did step in the first time they were bothering him, which led to him teaching him how to box. So to me, it was like confirmation. To me, he was using this as an opportunity to confirm, because remember the first time they bothered him was at the barbershop, and Diamond, kind of broke it up. And that's when he made the decision to teach the little boy how to fight. So at the end of the day, these are the same little boys that have been accosting him the entire season. But this time, he saw that Leon wanted to fight his own fight. So instead of him intervening like he did the first time, he did that to see, okay, it's time to let him be a man. It's time for him to be a man and let him fight his own fight. But when he saw the boy reaching for the gun, he did run, but he just didn't make it in time.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, when he saw him fighting, it should have been like, yo, let me get a little bit closer. And then when he saw the boy reaching, like, he could have screamed out, Leon, duck. I'm still surprised. At first, when the boy pulled it out, I thought Diamond had his. It was going to shoot back. Or he was going to run over there in time and take a bullet for him.
That would have been dope.
Is what I thought. I thought
that would have been dope. That would have been dope if they would have had Diamond catch the bullet for him.
I thought he was going to catch the bullet. So it was just like I said, once he
that was a missed opportunity, because that would have been dope to see how Leon would have processed that. I ain't say that Diamond should have been unalive, but he could have took the bullet and still survived.
Yeah.
But it would have been interesting to see how Leon's character would have taken a turn if he saw that happen to Diamond, and then Leon went back and unalived those boys, but because of it. I would have liked to have seen that for the character, but we needed this to happen to push the story forward. Of course, we need a tragic death to push the story forward. So all this is basically setting Diamond up to become a murderer now.
Yeah.
Mr. Greg, welcome in.
Yeah, I was about to say welcome in. I don't think I've seen you before. I don't think his death was inevitable, because I think after that, Diamond probably would have had some people on Leon to like keep him safe, because he was attached to him. So I agree with
Mr. Greg's comment, because Mr. Greg is basically the same thing that was the same thing I was thinking, that if Diamond would have stepped in, they would have accosted him even more, like, oh, your bodyguard, they would have been picking on him even more. So I think Diamond really was trying to let him be a man and fight his own fight, but it just
Nah, that's what I'm
It
saying.
went
I
wrong.
get that, but he was so far away. Like you could have been closer and still let him fight the battle. Like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't had to break it up. You could have been a little bit closer than that. Like you stood all the way like across the street and just watched, and then you celebrated like, yeah, like I don't know. Like
You right, support gaming. That's over with now. No more cheeks for you, sir. No more cheeks for you, sir. That's over with.
yeah, it's a wrap at that point. Like
It's a wrap. Yep.
I was hoping they was gonna show in the scene that he was gonna explain like I had absolutely nothing to do with this. Like, you know what I'm saying? These kids, this is what happened. But
And to your point, he could have even said, I tried to stop it or whatever. So I mean, I get where you're going with that, but yeah, we know that old girl wasn't gonna try to hear none of that when she seen her son alive.
it was crazy because I didn't even think, to be honest, I didn't think until that scene popped up, I didn't think Leon was gonna be unalived. I thought that he was gonna make it. He was gonna be in like critical condition. He was gonna get to the hospital or something.
Yeah,
Gonna be in critical condition,
or in a coma, or something. Yeah,
yeah. And then she was gonna blame him for it, etc., whatever. But then when that scene came, I was like, damn. I was like, well,
I hate it when they do this. I hate it when they use actual characters that we kind of get vested in. We knew that Leon was a good kid or whatever the case may be. And we know that good people don't survive in the world of power. But I hate when they use characters like this to propel the story or whatever, because you still could have pushed the story forward with him getting shot, just not unaliving him.
Yeah, I agree with that, Miss Honey. I agree with that. Yeah, they about to, he about to get ready to be a psycho. Yeah, I didn't expect him to be unalive that instantly. I figured it would have been something like he was gonna go to the hospital and then it was gonna be he's unalive now because he.
And it would have been great if he would have had the opportunity to have a conversation with his mom about Diamond, like, Mom, you should be with Diamond or whatever the case may be, or at least offer her some type of comfort, or at least let her know that it really wasn't Diamond's fault. He really did try to help me, save me, because you could tell that he was looking up to Diamond. He was a mentor or whatever, and it seemed like he was kind of warmed and welcome to the idea of his mom and Diamond being together. Mm-hmm. So they could have done this a different way. But we already know what the reason was. We foreshadowed this happening back when they first introduced the two characters. We had said one of the two were going to be unalive. We said one of the two were going to be unalive.
Said one of the two definitely going to be unalive.
You're right, Kiwan. This was just another opportunity for lazy writing that we're not going to drag it out. We're just going to open end it. So once again, Claudia is having a meeting with Shanti, Jukebox 2.0, and she, trying to butter her up. And I like Shanti's comment on that, because that sounds like something I would say. Expensive food and expensive look mean bad news. What's up?
Yep.
So Shanti, she be on point now. She be reading the situation like, you ain't invite me out here for a good time. So like, what's up?
You ain't running game.
You ain't running game on me. So like, what's good? And she was like, well, see what had happened was, basically, and kind of, sort of, inadvertently, the Serbs just upped my tax. And she's like, well, that's your problem,
Exactly.
But she's setting her up for the kill. She really reminds me so much of Jukebox character, because she's basically playing Claudia at the same time, trying to eliminate all of the involved parties. So basically, go and take that deal with the Serbs in hopes that they will have conflict with each other and take each other out.
Yep.
And she'd be the last one standing. So that's the way I read that situation.
Exactly. I was about to say, I agree. That's the first thing I thought about when she was like, you know what? Nah. I figured she told her to take it, like you said, to kill two birds with one stone, along with getting Tommy out of the picture.
Exactly.
She like, I killed two birds with one stone. Like, they gonna go at it, bam, boom, she out of the picture, and then they gonna go at Tommy. Kill two birds with one stone.
Mr. Jacko, too bad Diamond didn't finish the job the first time. He should have just not let go. He should have just not let go. He should have just gone ahead and took out Jamal, and that would have been that.
Yeah, like, well, I mean, We've been complaining about the acting all season, like so.
Yeah, but a lot of these characters right here, they get, because the budget is so high in other places. The budget is so high on the clothing and the cars and all that stuff that sometimes they get, I don't want to refer to anyone's craft as, being, basic, but, sometimes they just get, regular people to fill these roles. Especially when it's characters that they don't have purpose for other than, a plot device. They usually will pick up, just any old type of person to portray that role. That sounds terrible. We could be on power. We're basic people. We can be on power.
But you got me wondering now, like, because in that last scene, I just realized that was Louis XIII that was sitting on that table.
Yeah, that was about Louis XIII. Yeah.
Where the hell is Claudia getting her money from?
Shit. Claudia says you seen her put some money up in the safe. So, she got work out on the street now. So she getting money off of it.
I think
support gaming, that's exactly correct. I feel the exact same way. I said that. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, because some of this seems very reminiscent to Jukebox character when she was trying to run those licks with those fellas, and she was running all different type of hustles. I feel like they had unfinished story that they didn't get to use because someone made a decision that was higher than the writers to unalive her character before they finished developing the character. That's why I feel like they went ahead and brought the character back for Raising Kanan, was because we really didn't get a chance to spend that much time with Jukebox character. So I feel like the rest of that is being used on Shanti's character.
I was about to say, I got a feeling that's where we're gonna see is on Raising Kanan.
Raising Kanan.
I got a feeling though. That's what I was about to say, Mr. Jackal. I got a feeling at some point.
To the sun, yeah.
At some point, Jenard, like, I guess once he gets like super duper clean, he's gonna get tired of Shanti. He gonna peep game. See, right now she's working him over. She's working him over like she's working everybody else over. But eventually he gonna wake up to that and realize that just because she's sitting on your face, that don't mean you can trust her. So right now he's got his guard down. So eventually I think he's going to get hip to the fact that, she might be working another angle outside of me. Mm-hmm.
Right now she flying too close to the sun. You're right, Mr. Jekyll, because she playing him, she playing Claudia, she playing Tommy, she playing everybody.
Yeah, she playing everybody. Like, or it's gonna come down to where Diamond now is gonna be the one that tells Jenard, like, yo, like Shanti is doing you know what I'm saying, is doing this and doing that.
And scenes like this, she reminds me so much of Jukebox and Kanan. Like Kanan is Jenard and Shanti is Jukebox, where she's manipulating him and she's planting seeds in his head, and she's watering them at the same time. It's just so reminiscent to those two characters.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. He gave her the side eye. He's suspicious, but he don't know because he's still.
He did, didn't he? He did give her the side eye. Yeah, I peeped that.
Yeah, especially when she was like, "Nah, I got an idea," and as you can see, he gave the evil smile. Yeah, I think like, and I also think that's why he didn't take out Tommy. I think that's why, because he's not 100% sure yet. Like, I don't think it has nothing to do with like her saying like, don't take out Tommy. Nah, it's just like, yo. Yeah, she.
But you know what? They writing her up. They writing her character up real hard right now. I need to see a body on her too. I mean, other than her jacking up Raheem, that episode, we know that she got some hands. That's great and wonderful. But where's the killer instinct? Exactly. I'm ready to see a little bit of the killer instinct out of her now.
Yep, we need. Like what is,
I don't know if she's gonna be unalive though. I don't think that her character is gonna be unalive. Not yet, anyway. She's too messy.
I think she's gonna make it out this
the nucleus at this point. She's too intertwined. I don't see them dropping her character. But when they do drop her, it's gonna be Jenard that's gonna be the one that's gonna drop her.
Yeah, it's too early. They're not gonna drop her. She's gonna finish out this season. She definitely gonna finish out the season.
There's your plot twist right there, Miss Honey. It could be that Jenard is the one that's playing the long game. I agree.
I'll be surprised.
He holding on.
I'll be surprised.
He holding on.
I'll be like, did he get that clean? Woo!
We missed an important detail that we didn't talk about. Going back to the beginning scene with Tommy and Mireya, when she was getting ready to go, she told him that she had to go to a bar mitzvah or some type of rite of passage birthday party for
Giana.
Yeah, and that she didn't disclose the location. She just told where she was going. But of course, in Power, everyone knows where everyone is. They ain't got but 4 sets they use anyway.
Bro, so that's the first thing I thought about. I was like, how the hell Tommy know where the Quinceañera was? Like, because I was like, that don't look like the same place they've been meeting. When Tommy goes, I was like, that don't look like the same spot they've been meeting at. I was like, this place looked like almost like a club.
Yeah, it was a club or bar. It definitely was a bar for sure because you see the looker in the background.
But as we can see, it's the same warehouse that he been meeting Hefe at. So that's
what I thought it was too. I thought it was that warehouse too.
It is because when we get to that scene, but when Tommy runs after her,
when they run out the back door, that's
the same alley. Yeah, it's the same alley.
That's why I said they only got but 4 sets. So they ain't got but 4 sets they use for the season. I said that too, support gaming, that I felt like that crime family could be related to Felipe Lobos. However, I want to know what the relationship is with that mama and Chi. I want to know what the relationship is between the two of them. Did Chi work for her husband? Because they seem to go back.
I believe.
What is the relationship between these two characters?
I'm thinking, I don't think. And
once again, we got the red dress, so we know what that means.
Yeah. That's the first thing I picked up on when I saw the red dress. And that's why I'm like, yo, I got a plot twist.
I got one too, and it's going to be the same one you probably got. But go ahead.
Is that Arbella gonna take out Miguel?
Yep, and that bubble gonna be running shit. That bubble gonna be running shit. I'm telling you. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, yo, somebody's gonna take out Miguel, and that mama's gonna rise to the occasion because technically she just running shit right now. She reminds me much like Monet and Kane's relationship in that respect, where Miguel's the muscle and she's the brains.
Yep.
I see her as that. I see her as, if something happens to Miguel, she's gonna rise to the occasion, and she's gonna be running shit.
But I think she's gonna be the one that takes him out, though.
Her own grandson or son? Is he her grandson? Right, her grandson.
Yeah, it's her grandson. It's her grandson. I think because at some point that because remember, she had been gaming him. She had been schooling him. Had been telling him from day one, don't trust Tommy.
Yep.
Etc. Or if it's not Miguel, she's gonna try to take out Chi.
But ain't that what they waiting for?
It is, but I'm thinking at some point she's gonna try because, as you can see, like you said, you doubt Miguel could crush the Serbs, and Chi tells her war is bad for business or whatever. And later on down the whatchamacallit, Chi likes Tommy. And her and Miguel don't like it. And she's like, what I tell you, he coming for your spot. So I think it's going to be at some point, it probably be her and Miguel, matter of fact, now to think about it, are probably going to set up Chi, wipe him out, and then try to put the blame on Tommy.
Lady V, that's a good point. I think it goes back to the budget. I think the lighting, because lighting can get very expensive. Fresh can tell us that he does that for a living. Yeah. So Fresh can vouch for that. Lighting gets very expensive, especially on a production like this.
Yeah,
lighting would be very expensive. So I think they use most of the scenes are outdoors and in these warehouses where they can capitalize on a lot of natural light. But yes, I agree. These scenes most of their scenes on this show is very dark. They're shot and I think they just don't have the extra funds, the money, for the lighting budget that they probably need.
Yeah. Alex Minaj, they didn't go into detail of how Miguel's father passed. It went into detail of how his grandfather passed.
Yeah.
She told him last episode that's exactly how, Your grandfather got caught up because he trusted. You know what I'm saying? Like he got too big for his britches, and he trusted this person, like how you're trusting Tommy, and look what happened, and that's how he ended up getting unalived or whatever.
I don't know. I feel like that scene with Chi and that mama was very important for us. It was very telling to us.
Mhm.
It tells us that mother is working another agenda,
Another angle.
She's working another angle, and we know that the way that they show the character in the red dress, that stands out. We know that when they dress characters in red, women particularly, that means that's telling us that this is a boss. That she has no problem with killing.
Yeah, I just got Griselda Blanco vibes from her the entire time. Since she came on the scene, that's the vibes I got. Griselda Blanco, like, but yeah, I'm to go back to your original question. I'm gonna have to watch it again because I'm trying to figure out if her husband. I'm thinking maybe her husband was in ties with that cartel.
Okay. Her husband worked for that cartel. Okay,
because I would think that her husband would be older than Chi. I would think.
And maybe she worked for her husband is what I was thinking. And when her husband got unalived, and when her what plot twist, maybe Chi took out her husband to take over.
That could be.
She knows that, and now she gonna take out Chi. But somehow, some way, I think that Miguel's gonna end up getting taken out, and she gonna end up getting taken out, and that woman gonna be the one getting that weight directly from Mexico, and she gonna be running shit.
Because
and Tom's gonna be working for her.
Because remember, she tells Miguel to watch his right hand man. I forgot his name, but she tells him the bald headed guy. She tells him to watch out for him because she can tell, like, yo, he's feeling like, you know what I'm saying, he's not getting his due. And she tells him that, like, yo, to watch out for, like, you need to keep an eye on him because, like, yeah, like, it is what it is. And like she said, coming for the spot.
Because that son of a bitch is coming for your spot. She keep trying to warn his dumb ass. But I think Miguel sees it himself too. He just don't. He's at a situation where he can't really deal with it because he's so in too deep with Tommy right now. As far as he's got a lot of weight out there with Tommy, and Tommy bringing in a lot of money for him, so he sees all of it for himself. But he's ill-equipped to deal with the situation right now because Tommy is his man. When Tommy walked up in there, I was like, "Yo, what finna happen?"
Honestly, I thought she was gonna be mad as well because I just didn't understand. I was like, "Yo," I didn't understand. First of all, like, why Tommy even did that in the first place. Like, why would you go to the quinceañera out of everything to, I guess, give a gift to the connect or present yourself to the connect? Like, why would you do that? So I was lost by that anyway, but I guess, the writing, so they had to, bring him in, but I didn't understand that as well. I was just like, why is he showing up at the quinceañera to talk business? And I was even shocked that she was like, hey, I can always talk business. And he tells Miguel, and I think, honestly, I think she doesn't really feel Miguel. I think it's probably, she probably thinks like Miguel is probably coming for his spot, so that's why he keeps him at a distance. And that's why he says, so this is the white boy that's filling up our pockets with all the money. And why he likes him, because he somewhat knows, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is like, I know, Miguel, what you're trying to do, but I'm not going to allow it to go that way. I'm going to keep you at arm's length. Like, let you know, like, hey, I run it. So.
But you see this all over Tommy's face. You ain't got to say a word. I mean, Miguel's face. You ain't got to say a word. you see it all over Tommy's face that he is pissed. He is pissed, and he's like, "I'm gonna get you." Like, if he could have unalive Tommy right there in front of all them people right there, he would have.
Yeah, Miguel would have. Yeah, you can see. Look,
and that mama mad too.
Yeah, grandma mad. They like, okay,
yeah.
Like,
Tommy just cut him completely out. Because now Tommy's going to get his work directly from Chi, and now you have now cut out the connect. Smart move, Tommy, but a foolish move.
I think he's still going to get it from Miguel. I think it's just going to be where Chi is going to tell Miguel, like, no, you're not going to touch Tommy because he's making this much money.
Just like he did with the Serb when he told about such Serb.
I think that's what it's going to be.
Which is still unclear as to why he didn't want them to deal with the Serbs either. That part is unclear as well.
Nah, he told his umbrella. He said because he said the war was so expensive. He said Miguel don't realize war is expensive. So he didn't want to go to war with the Serbs because it was going to cost him so much money. So that's why he told him that, because remember, he was still selling to the Serbs. He was still connected to the Serbs. And he was like, it's going to cost me a whole bunch of money going to war with them when they're getting a product for me. So it was like, it had nothing to do with the Miguel couldn't take him out. It was just that, like, yo, he's going to cost us a whole bunch of money if I allow him to go back and hit the Serbs. Like, bro, that scene made me so mad. They could have edited this scene out.
Yeah, and it was stupid that they would even have this. It really didn't accomplish anything at all, because we already saw through her reaction of Tommy coming in that she was upset. She felt like Tommy was using her to get close to her brother, to try to. They had the conversation, the uncomfortable conversation that I had been waiting for. Is like, well, basically, she threatened Tommy through her brother, and Tommy was like, well, I ain't scared of him. I can take care of that. She was like, don't kill my brother, or whatever the case may be. So I was like, okay. This is setting us up for what's getting ready to happen.
I just didn't understand why y'all had that whole conversation outside of the spot. Like, why y'all didn't wait? And then and honestly, it would have been better writing if
she would have came over to his place afterwards,
because bro, it was too obvious the way Tommy, like, she leaves and Tommy's in a rush to leave. So anybody with common sense would think, like, wait a minute, like, why you rushing to leave now? Like, you rushing to leave from the connect in this whole situation, like, after she leaves.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, who gonna peep game is that mama. That grandma gonna peep game, and she probably gonna confront Mireya about it. Like, what's going on with you and the whiteboard?
Exactly. That's exactly what it's going to be. Like, she's going to peep that. Like, but I'm also thinking is when we going to get the whole,
especially with the rock that was. I wish you would have caught it, because I noticed. I don't know how I noticed, but sometimes I watch the background scenes instead of the characters, just to see what's going on in the background. And there was a rock that had the back door propped open. When he ran out to talk to her, and I was like, she hops in the car and she speeds off. She skeet skirts up out of there, and instantly, again, another poorly transitioned scene. She shows up at her house, and it comes Attorney Tightwig, and her there's no place like home shoes, and go ahead and talk about this scene, bro.
Oh man,
there's no place like home.
But to go back before we get into this, where is Miguel's? Where's his right hand man, the guy that went with him to smash up the doctor's hands? Because we haven't seen him since then. So I'm wondering, like, where is he? Like, where did he go? Did he get, like, unalive? Did Miguel send him somewhere, etc., whatever? But to get back to it, yeah. We see Stacy, she's rolling up on Mireya, you know what I'm saying? Telling her that, like, hey, I know what's going on with you and Tommy. You need to get away from Tommy. He's a dangerous man. I basically, in a sense, try to flip her, which doesn't really work. When she said to her,
and
when she said to her,
she
ask
said,
him
"You come
about
in? Can I come in?" No,
Grant,
you can't.
I was like, he didn't kill Lakeisha Grant. He didn't unalive Lakeisha Grant.
But you know they think he did. You know he was on the I don't know if they had a warrant out for his arrest for that too, but I know he was a person of interest. You know, in Blanca's mind, because even Tasha told them that Tommy didn't unalive Lakeisha, but you know, in order for her to tell who unalived Lakeisha, we'll have to implicate her because she was the one who did it. So, you know, she kind of alluded to when she found out that they suspected Tommy is that she kind of alluded to or whatever, but they do think that Tommy killed unalive Lakeisha.
Okay, so Mr. Jackal,
or at least he's a person of interest.
I don't.
But you know what? They are setting the tone up for Mireya to be unalive.
Yeah,
they're setting it up.
I hope she does. The only reason why I hope she doesn't, because then
I hope they do.
I mean, in a sense, I do.
Y'all fought me. Y'all fought me. Y'all beat my ass last season. Y'all beat my ass every episode last season when I told y'all there was an unalive Glory. They're setting the tone up for Mireya to be unalive. When she gave, first of all, she gave Mireya that card.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Then she mentioned, asked Tommy about Lakeisha Grant. Someone who Tommy hasn't even spoken to her about yet. So when she mentions that name, he's going to automatically know she's been talking to the feds. Second, that lawyer just got finished telling him that there's a wall up around your case. Whenever they have a CI, that means that they seal all the documents. We can't get to it. Tommy is going to think Mireya is the snitch.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah. What's up, Dre's Universe? Yeah. I didn't even think about that, yo. He probably will think she's the snitch. He probably will.
I just died. He said, please allow the Vulture next episode. I'm assuming the Vulture is attorney Tightwig. You know what, Giana? I think the same thing. The grandma might be the one that unallowed Mireya.
That would be the most. And bam. Oh, thank you, Giana, because now you have gotten the plot twist in my head. She's going to be the one to unalive Mireya, and the grandmother is going to put it in Miguel's mind that it was Tommy that did it.
Yep.
And that's how he's going to go to war with them.
What's up, Dre's Universe? And that's how they're going to end up going to war. Something going to happen with that girl. We said, you know, the innocent don't survive long on power.
That's exactly how.
But if she pull up on Tommy and ask Tommy anything about Lakeisha Grant, that's going to set up a major red flag to Tommy that she been talking to somebody she ain't had no business talking to.
Yep. Okay. As we can see,
she got so attorney Tightwig got Vargas's logbook, and they found out because they had pulled Vic in for questioning, and Vic lied about the rendezvous spot.
Mm-hmm.
They found out in the logbook that Vargas made it to the rendezvous spot, so they know that the last person he had contact with was Vic.
Yep, that's the last, and that's why Tommy and one of the things I noticed when they showed this, I was like, they showed it on purpose because that's why Tommy was so hell bent on finding the notebook, the notepad, because he said all of these cops, they always carry notepads on them, so that's why he was searching for this notepad. And they had looked in his car, and had found the notepad, it could have worked over. But
it wouldn't have ended well for Vic, but at the same time, would have gave Tommy on insight on what they had on him or what they had been telling.
I mean, it probably still could have worked with Vic because they wouldn't have had the evidence that Vic lied. They would have just had to go on what Vic was saying.
But it wouldn't work well with Tommy because I'm quite sure in that logbook there would have been some reference to Vic in that logbook as being the CI. Yeah. That's why Vic was so paranoid about Tommy finding this.
I didn't think about that. That's right.
That's why Vic was so, come on, we gotta go, because he didn't want Tommy to find that logbook because it would have implicated him.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you on point with that one, Retro. I didn't even think about that. That's exactly why he didn't want him to find that book.
Yeah, it would have implicated him for sure.
I didn't even think about that.
But the wig uses this information to pretty much get Vic back in to shake him down for some more information.
Yeah, I see that the same way. I agree with you. Yeah. Did anybody ever?
They did check his pockets for the phone.
Honey, they did.
They ran his pockets, but they didn't go in the car. Tommy was heading to the car, and that's when Vic was like, "Oh, we gotta go. We gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here."
Yep. Yeah, he checked his pockets right afterwards. So I gotta say, this was smart. I gotta say on Shanti's part, this was smart. To run this type of game on him. This was smart. This was smart to run this on Tommy like that. This was smart. This was definitely smart.
So Shanti and Jenard show up to Tommy's place, and basically they use this as an opportunity to give Tommy a gift horse and let them know that Claudia was working with the Serbs, and they subsequently were working with the Serbs too because they were working with Claudia. And Tommy's like, no, I keep working with them. But Tommy, you don't been down this road before, bruh. I'm like thinking to myself, Tommy, this is very reminiscent to some shit that happened to you back in New York. You don't been down this road before. Like, I would expect for you to be a little bit more on point than this because you trust too freely. Like, you don't fact check none of this shit, Tommy. Like, you letting these people. Thank you, Dre's Universe. We appreciate that.
Appreciate that, Dre.
Tommy should be more on point with realizing when people running game on him or whatnot, because they came over there and straight ran game on him. But he was like, "Oh yeah, word, that's what's up." Like making a deal with the devil, Tommy, again.
I mean, support game. He been doing that since Ghost died. Like, even he was making dumb moves before Ghost died.
And Ghost was always there to clean up his mess.
Always.
Ghost was always there to clean up his mess. So Miss Wig gets Vic back into the interrogation room, and she uses this as an opportunity to coerce a confession out of him, or coerce an eyewitness testimony that Tommy was the one that unalived Vargas. And I'm like, at this point, again, why are you letting this U.S. attorney shake you, bruh? Like, she should. I be laughing at the lady. I be have my feet up on the table and everything with this lady. Yo, this lady's a joke. And you letting this lady shake you like this. Like, come on, bro. You deserve to be unalive because you're stupid.
Bam. Exactly. Thank Tommy. I can hear Ghost voice saying that. Thank you,
Tommy. Yeah. You know, he used to tell Tommy that too. Like, think, Tommy.
Yeah. Tommy. I think
Every
here.
I'll be thinking it too. Think, Tommy. Tommy is thirsty. He's too thirsty.
I think here is when Bobby is going to do. He's going to do the 180 because he realized, like, yo, this case is going to go sideways because you coerced him, however you say it, to say that it was Tommy unalived Vargas. And, like, yo, I think this is when he be like, yo, you're so hell-bent on Tommy. Like, yo, like, yeah, I think at this point, this is where the case is going to take the turn because he kept telling her to, like, when she kept pushing him to say it,
step out the room. Step out the room.
Yeah, he kept saying, yo, let's go out the room. And then he said it, and then that's what, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's what's probably going to break the whole case up.
and break them up in the process. But the crazy part about it is she really didn't even need that testimony. You're already this to me, this doesn't make no sense. Does not make any sense. Because you already got the confession that he just gave you. You already investigating Tommy anyway, so you don't need to implicate him in any other crimes. You have enough for him right now, just off of that wire to go get a warrant.
Yep.
So why did you feel the need to pressure him to admit to, or you just add icing to the cake at this point? Because this is what's going to throw your case right here. We know in the world of power, because you just coerce this man into naming him for a crime he didn't commit, you have now given Tommy his way out of the whole RICO.
Yeah, because I got a feeling anyway, Vic gonna flip it and be like, "Oh,
and I'm sorry. Don't play with our intelligence. Do not play with our intelligence. If y'all finna set us up to believe that this Jenny Wu lady or whatever the hell her name is a Joe Proctor, is a Davis, nah. Don't play with me.
Yeah.
This lady can't even get no information. This lady ain't no Joe Proctor. She gonna get the case thrown out for Tommy. Watch.
But I mean, she letting them know, like, hey,
coercing confessions. That's what Attorney Wig is doing. That's the second or third time she has coerced a witness into saying something that she wants.
Yep. And I think that's what I'm saying. I think that's when. I think that's.
Oh, what if the wig gets fired? though? The wig should get fired. Why? She's the black lady. She gonna get fired. Angela never got fired. She gonna get fired. She gonna end up getting fired.
She probably will.
And she gonna lose her husband.
Get suspended or something.
Yeah. But this is where the attorney tells Tommy that they got a CI on you. They're working a CI off the book. Or they're not even working the CI off the books. They got a CI on record. That's why we can't get any of the case information or whatever case may be. Watch your moves.
Yeah. I feel like, bro, this scene made me so pissed off. This
Jamal, man. Jamal, you ain't learned your lesson yet, bro.
Like, you got choked out. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, your son is unalive. But you got choked out.
Now you care about your son. You the one who treat the boy like shit anyway. Now all of a sudden you care. I don't even think that he cares about the fact that his son is unalive more than he cares about sticking it back to Dom.
That's the first thing I thought about. I was like, yo, you just trying to get revenge because he choked you out.
Yep.
That's all it was. You ain't care about that boy.
Revenge snitching. That's what that was. Revenge snitching. And I said this. This is when it came to realization. Like, bro, this ain't gonna end well for you, Mr. Evans. If you show up over there, James, this ain't gonna end well for you. You better just go on about your business. You better just back your nose up out of this business. Because I said the minute he goes to confront Diamond about this, and Diamond in the state that he's in right now, mourning and grieving that little boy, like if that parole officer come fucking with him right now, like I feel like Diamond was gonna fuck him up. I said that. I said if that parole officer goes over there and confronts Diamond about this, he gonna get fucked up.
But what was the theory before we get to it? I thought it was going to be him that was going to unalive Giana. Like, I felt like he was waiting in, like, the, you know what I'm saying, in the bushes or something, and saying, like, Diamond coming out of the house, you know, he just finished eating the cheese, eggs, and grits and all that other stuff. And, like, he was going to be like, oh, you with him, with me, you know what I'm saying, and unalive. So it kind of caught me off guard that them kids did it, but yeah, this ain't pissed me off. I'm like, bro, that's why you got choked out.
And if they would have just given us a scene of Jamal getting ready to pull up to his house and saw Diamond coming out, then this would have made this more justifiable. But we already knew what this was coming from. This was coming off the heels of him getting choked out, but yet still he was explained away in earlier in the episode of being out of town. And in the previous episode, he was explained away that, you know, they weren't together anymore. So now he's back on the scene, has a vested interest in the fact that his son was just unalive. It was poor writing.
Yeah, it definitely was. It definitely was. Like I said.
Yo, this man going through. This man done drunk a whole bottle of some cheap vodka or some gin or some tequila. I don't know what the hell he was drinking.
Was it DeMarcus that said earlier in the show Get this man. I don't know the transition between season 1 to now. Get this man back in some acting classes, because for him to be trying to act like he drunk, he did a terrible job.
He did. This whole scene. Miss Honey hit me up about this the other night. Miss Honey hit me up about this scene the other night. I hadn't watched the episode yet. I was like, I didn't know what she was talking about, but as soon as I saw the scene, I thought about her, because I was like, this is what she was talking about. Yo, his acting was terrible in this scene. Terrible.
You might as well have got this man drunk in real life.
He was the Hulk. Diamond Banner, right. It was definitely gin, huh, Miss Honey? Cheap gin.
It was so horrible. I was like, bro, like the way he yelled at the dude, leave the bags here. And I was thinking, like, yo,
he's so stupid. It's a diamond smash, diamond Banner. He was the Hulk.
Even if you the worker, I would have realized, like, yo, man, this man drunk. I'm taking this. I'm taking the work and
leaving. Yeah, I wouldn't even left the work there. I would have done the same thing. I wouldn't even left the work there.
And then you get so drunk, you start dumping the cash and the product on you
with the door unlocked.
Bruh, that's the part that had me so. I was like, yo, the door, the shade is still up, the door is unlocked,
the lights are still on.
Lights still on. I'm like, so you just sitting in there.
But this is the part that really irks me. And y'all, I know y'all think, damn, they are just so picky about the show. Don't get me wrong, we enjoy the show. Otherwise, we wouldn't show up every Sunday to talk about it.
Yeah, we do.
But we also enjoy nitpicking it to death too. So when Tommy comes in, there's no lights on. So at some point, he gets up to go turn the lights off. I think to myself, you should have just took your ass to the basement. That's normally where these things like this would happen in the basement. But you know, Tommy comes in, he's like, yo, what's going on? I've been trying to call you. You see you drunk. Tommy goes try to pick up the work and clean up the mess, and he just sitting there just he threw
the money and product. He's sitting there. And you know what's funny? I honestly, since you said that, that's what I thought was going to happen. I thought that he was going to move to the basement. Tommy was going to come in, and then while they're coming up out of the basement, that's when the PO was going to show up.
Yeah.
That's what I thought was going to happen. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, you know what? This was going to happen, etc., whatever. And then, like, I didn't understand, because I'm like, yo, if I walk into the barbershop, see my quote-unquote partner sitting in a chair, cash and product all around him, the very first thing I'm going to do is run back to the door and lock the door.
And pull the shade.
Down. Like, I'm not even going to walk over to him. I'm going to be like, because immediately my antenna's going to go up, like, yo, what the hell's going on?
Okay, so it wasn't us that thought this scene was irritating. Alex and Miss Honey all agree that this scene was off. Yeah,
it was just like I said, that he just did not. For somebody who was supposed to be quote unquote drunk, I was like, bro, y'all should just let him get drunk and shot this scene. You probably would have got like some real acting. You probably would have got a better scene with him being actually drunk and then shooting the scene. Bruh, that part right there.
Yes.
I was like, if this ain't.
I thought we all were, Miss Lady V, I think at this point we all were screaming at the TV like, lock the door, pull the blinds. Lock the door, pull the blinds. James Evan came in there. I'm sorry. He's dressed like James Evan. James Evan always wore a flannel shirt and tan pants. That he gives me James Evan vibes. I'm sorry. Florida. Yo, I trusted you, Diamond. I thought you were a changed man. Now I'm gonna have to turn you in. Diamond says, "How about going back to jail?" Slash. Oh. Yo, he was so quick with that switch, with that razor. I was like, I missed it. I had to rewind it back. I was like, what happened?
Yeah, he was, but
at first I thought he threw the razor at him, but he slashed him. So he kind of like leans over the chair and lashes him that way. I mean,
even that whole exchange, I was like, what?
Yeah, that had me gone right there. I was like,
what
did
am
I miss something?
I felt like I was watching an EBT Tyler Perry show or something with that whole scene. I was like, that is like one of the most terrible scenes acting wise.
Support game, you read my mind, because this was a finishing move from Mortal Kombat. This was like, finish him. And you know how the characters sometimes they were like, and then the blood spew out of them. That's exactly the same thing I thought. I thought the same thing. Finish him. Play Mortal Kombat. Did he throw a ninja star at him or something? I was like, what's going on? Fatality. Right. He said, I'm not the only one who thought that too, man. Okay.
That's how it felt though, yo.
That's exactly how they played it, because the delayed response, and it was like the blood. 1, 2, 3, go. That was dope though. That was dope though.
Then they showed Diamond with the blade. He put the blade back in. The only best part of this whole scene was when Tommy smiles, because he realizes now, Diamond back. He back on point now. Like he back.
Tommy loved that shit.
Yeah, that was the best part of the whole scene. Is when Tommy smiled, because it was just like. But then what I didn't like was after he did that, then Tommy runs to the door, locks the door, and pulls the shade.
Shit, too late.
No, matter of fact, I don't even think he pulled the shade.
He did. He pulled the shade, I think.
It was just like he just locked the door.
I think he pulled the shade though, but that chat gonna let us know if he pulled the shade. But I think he did.
I don't think he did. I think he left it open. He just locked the door. I feel like he never pulled the shade. I feel like he just locked the door.
Okay. With this being said, what's going to happen next for the character? So we all foreshadow that the character is not going to become dark, and he's going to be on this destructive path. But against who?
I think anybody at this point.
Because I don't see Diamond going back and unaliving a child. I don't see Diamond doing that. So technically, he's going to have to carry this anger and grief for Leon with him, because I don't see Diamond's character going to unaliving a child.
Yeah, nah. I think at this point,
he can't get revenge for the little boy. He can't get revenge for the little boy, and I don't think he knows that Jamal was the one that snitched him out with the PO. So if he would have said Jamal was right, Leon's dad was right about you, then I could see Diamond going back after Jamal. But what was all this to unlock? What are we unlocking here?
I mean, it could be possible he finds out from the streets. Sport gaming now. Big Smurf is not going to kidnap no Diamond. That is not even going to happen. But I think this is now.
Big Smurf is in ICU right now. What are you talking about? Big Smurf ain't kidnapped.
Oh, that's right. He got shot. I forgot. That's right.
Yeah, Big Smurf got burnt up.
That's right. I forgot about that. I think it's going to be from.
Oh, wait a minute. Lady V says she absolutely see Diamond getting revenge on them kids. How? I don't even think they're going to take his character that dark where he's going to go unalive a child. We've never, other than Ray unaliving Raina, we've never seen anyone else in the Power universe unalive a kid before. So that's going to be a hard one for me to accept if they have Diamond go back and unalive them little boys.
So what I'm thinking now in my head, since she said that, I'm thinking now, you know how we saw Jenard's dark side and him shooting up and taking the drug. I think now we're about to see Diamond's dark side, and this is where he goes. Now we about to see like while Jenard's getting clean, now we about to see. I think what's probably about to happen. Diamond's probably about to start drinking 24/7, and then he's just about to go dark. He about to go ballistic. It's what I see it.
Diamond Egan. Miss Honey, Tommy do got bodies all over him. He got a body in the very first episode with the guard.
Yep.
Did he unalive the little Latino dude in the bathroom?
Was it Chewy?
He unalived Chewie.
He
unalived the Flynn's bodyguard, and then the dude that was with Roja crew.
Yep.
In the bathroom. And I feel like there's somebody else he don't unalive too.
Yeah, he don't unalive quite a couple of folks, but I think this is where we're going to get.
But they are setting him as a psychopath, so maybe Lady V's theory is right there. If they're setting Diamond up to where he's in this extra dark place and he's drunk all the time, maybe he will go and do something to them little boys.
Or, as we saw from the trailer, I think that actually might be Leon Pops. Honestly,
Diamond.
Well, remember, from the trailer, we see him. He choking somebody out in the river.
He choking somebody out in the what?
He choking, and if you go back at the trailer for the next episode, he's choking somebody out in the river. We don't know who though.
Oh, I didn't see the preview for next week. Okay.
Yeah, the preview for next week. He's whoever he is, he's holding them underwater. So it could be possibly Leon's Pops. I don't know. It's somebody.
I kind of hope it is.
But Diamond's about to go off the deep end after this because Tommy said, "Don't worry, we're gonna get him," which makes me think like, "Yo, I'm kind of agreeing with Lady V. If it ain't Leon's Pops, it's whoever was the one who unalived Leon." So I don't know.
That's gonna be. I can't wait to see that. So overall, not a bad episode. You know, even though we don't beat the hell out of the episode, we really did enjoy the episode. It was a pretty good episode. Let's see what we got for next week. Next week, episode 209, No Loose Ends. Air date is November the 3rd, so we do get an episode next week. Tommy and Diamond suspect a snitch. No, we don't get no break.
Nope, that's what I said. No breaks.
No breaks. Tommy and Diamond suspect a snitch and put their inner circle to the test as the war between Miguel and Merkovich comes to a head.
I don't know.
Oh, the episode description for 210 is interesting too.
Oh, matter of fact, yeah, I read that. I got the. Hold on, I was about to say I got the description too for 210. When I saw that, I was like, okay.
Like,
all right. I read that too. I read the episode for 210.
I'm gonna have to do a little poking around at that.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna spoil it. We're not gonna spoil it, but it's
we're not gonna spoil it for y'all. I was almost about to get ready to say it, but we
ain't gonna spoil it.
When I read the description, I was like, okay. I was like, that's gonna be a little interesting.
So for episode 209, what are your predictions? All right, well let's start with the first question. Do you think it's gonna be leaked?
Nah. I don't because we haven't spoiled it. The only reason why I don't think it's gonna be leaked because none of the other shows have leaked except for book 2.
Yeah, it's always book 2.
It's always book 2. So I don't think it's going to be leaked.
Man, that'd be Tariq. That'd be Tariq little badass leaking them episodes. That'd be Tariq badass spoiling them.
If it gets leaked, I'll be surprised. But I don't think so because of the way that everybody is so invested, which is, like I said, it's crazy to me because book 4 is second in ratings in the Power universe. But I think everybody is so more connected and wanting book 2 more because this is, in a sense, it's a spinoff of the original Power. I think that's why those leak. We never get no leaks
book 2 is almost like a continuation. I agree with you.
We've never got no leaks for Raven. So book 3 finale leaked on YouTube for the book 3. What's book 3? Jeremiah. Maybe you mean
book 3 is Raising Kanan.
Yeah, I was about to say. I don't remember Raising Kanan.
I think it did. It did leak.
Damn,
You
Xavier,
remember because I was passing the
bro.
episode around to y'all. But you know, mine wasn't YouTube. You know, I had the actual episode.
Yeah.
But I was just sending y'all the video.
This Miss Honey said will definitely leak. I'll be surprised. I will be surprised because
Wait,
we didn't get no
as he
leak.
says, there is a break coming week 10/27. Let me see. Let me look at this calendar.
Wait a minute, who? There's a week. There is no. Nah, bro. There is because remember.
No, she's right. She's right.
So
because remember the episode we do our live on Sundays. The episode actually comes on Thursday night. So actually, this week's episode, upcoming episode, would come on the 26th into the 27th. We don't get our next episode to November the 3rd. So I'm looking at the and this is directly from Stars. I'm looking at the episode description. Look at the air date. The air date on it says November the 3rd. So yeah, we do get a break.
Nah, bro. Okay, so the next
Thank
episode.
you, Jazzy, you're right.
That's not because if we get in this episode on the 27th, Halloween is on Tuesday. It rolls into November. The 3rd is that next Friday, so we don't get a break. We get the break.
Just hold on. What you got? Let me see.
We get a break between Force and Raising Kanan, but that's it because Raising Kanan don't come on till December.
Oh, sorry, I'm sharing the wrong screen. Hold on.
Like, yeah, we don't get a break for Tommy. We don't get a break for Force. This week coming up, we at the 22nd. So the next episode airs the 27th, which is Friday. And then this episode 10 comes on the 3rd, which is the week after that. So we don't get a break for Force.
Hold on a minute. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. All right. So.
Oh, no, we do. So we don't get one on the 27th.
Yeah. Your air date for No Loose Ends is November 3rd.
So we do get a break. Okay.
Yeah. Because whatchamacallit would be on the 26th.
Okay, yeah. It would be the 27th. Okay, so we do get a break. Okay.
Yeah, we get a break.
Shit. Okay. I'm gonna say this point, let all them joints ride. Like,
sorry.
My bad, y'all.
We have an episode or nah? No, or nah, we don't have an episode.
I was for sure like we don't get no break.
We don't have an episode on the 27th.
My bad, y'all.
I love you guys, man. You got Xavier, there you are. Where you been?
Yeah, Xavier, you came at the end. Like,
yeah. But I agree. Why y'all wait till the last 2 episodes to give us a break? Like, go ahead and just finish the season off. But give us a break because they trying to get us to watch. Let me see, episode 210 airs on November the 10th. So they're just trying to stretch it out until another month. Really, they could have ended this on November the 3rd.
Yeah, because what is the so episode 10
and then gave us 3 weeks off for Raising Kanan. It gave us 3 weeks to go back and rewatch season 2 for Raising Kanan and got us ready for it. That's what they should have did.
Because episode 10, because episode 10 comes on November 10th.
Yeah, so after November the 10th, we don't get Raising Kanan to December the 1st. Yeah. So they're just trying to give you a couple extra weeks to watch a season 2 of Raising Kanan before the new season starts. That's all they doing.
You could have kept it going. It wasn't.
Yeah, you should have kept it going. We don't need no break. We didn't ask for a break. That's right. We don't want one. We want this to be over with so we can get to the main event. We're trying to get to the main event. All right, folks. Any predictions? I forgot. That's what we were talking about. We were talking about predictions. What do we think is going to happen? I think that Mireya is going to get taken out. It's unclear on who's going to be the taken outer. Maybe their mama. Could possibly be Tommy.
I got to see more when they drop another trailer, a quick trailer.
I think that Miss Deadwig is going to get fired. And this may be things that happen in episode 10, but these are my wishful predictions for episode 2. And I think Jamal is going to get choked out. I don't know why Diamond would be pursuing him for revenge. he didn't have anything to do with Leon's unaliving, and Diamond didn't know that he snitched him out. So I don't see it being Jamal that he's choking out in the river. But could it be one of the workers that he's choking out in the river that they think is a snitch?
You know what?
You know how stars like to get us hype for something.
I saw somebody
underwhelming.
Say this, but I doubt it. But I saw somebody say they think it's Jenard that he's choking out in the river. I don't see it. I don't see it. But at the same time, I'm like, it'll be possible. I just don't see it. I don't see it being Jenard. I just don't see it. It's got to be somebody. Now that you said that, I don't think it's Leon's father, because that'll be. You're right.
There's no point.
It would be no point. But at the same time, this whole
Xavier said maybe it's Shanti.
Oh God, I would. Man, look, I would love that.
Maybe it's Vic.
Nah, I don't think it's Vic. I think it would be, if the right is correct, I think it would be Tommy that would take out Vic.
Yeah, Tommy gonna be the one to take out.
So
okay, Kiwan says she thinks it's the dude that unalive Vic. Boy, that's a gruesome way to take out a child.
Yeah, the unalive Leon. Yeah, that's a very, very gruesome way to take out a child. I don't think.
But is he really a child?
That's a
teenager. Is still a child. You know, maybe he's like an 18-year-old bully. Maybe he's an 18-year-old bully, and then treat a man like a man.
That's true, also. So I don't know, man. I gotta see, but we probably not even gonna get no.
We are going to lose another major character this season, but I wonder who it could be. Mr. Greg says Shanti needs to go. All right, Mr. Greg.
Maybe Raheem.
Could be Raheem. We ain't seen him. I still wouldn't understand what the point to would be, but they're going to try to flush out. Let me see. Based off of the episode description, Tommy and Diamond suspect a snitch and put their inner circle to the test as the war between Miguel and Merkovich continues to ahead. So for that, it's somebody in the crew that they're going to take out.
Yeah, I don't know who. Or maybe it
is Raheem.
Maybe it's the dude that was coming to drop off the work to
Bones.
The one that dropped it off, and he was yelling at him to leave it right there.
Raheem was the dude that was running with Jenard. Remember the episode where Jenard was cutting his work with baby powder? And he was like, we seriously finna cut this work with baby powder? That's Raheem.
And Shanti choked him up.
That's the person that we're calling Raheem. His name may be Rashad, or it started with R. I think his name was Raheem.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's not Raheem. I thought it was Raheem. Trying to take out Tommy.
That's what I was saying too, Lady V. Usually episode 8 or 9, we lose a major character. So I guess in this case, it was Leon that we lost. But I could stand to see everyone else. You need them right now to push the story through. Yeah. So we can't lose Vic this soon. We can't lose Claudia this soon. We can't lose Shanti this soon. We can't lose Jenard. So who else can we lose that's considered a major character that's not needed to push the story?
Maybe it's Market.
The only person that I feel like we could lose right now would be Mireya.
But we know it ain't. We know Diamond ain't choking out Mireya. So
no.
I don't know who. I don't know, man. We don't know.
This is gonna be a nobody that we care about character. This is gonna be a nobody we care about character that is gonna be unalive. Watch what I say.
Yeah, I agree.
Stars always do that. They geek us up thinking that it's gonna be somebody that we want to see unalive, and it's gonna be somebody that we give two shits about.
I agree with that. 100%. It's definitely gonna be somebody.
I agree, sir. Xavier, we can't lose Claudia and the Serbs, but they built Claudia's character up to be like the antagonistic villain. So we can't lose her right now because we need her to push the story further.
Yeah.
So until we get to that point where she's pushed that story further, we can't lose her just yet.
Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna be nobody we care about. Watch what I say.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's gonna be nobody we don't care about. So,
all right, fam. As usual, we have enjoyed y'all this week. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button on y'all way out. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Share the video out. Make comments because we love to keep these conversations going with you all. And Fresh, you got anything you want to say before we wrap up, bro?
Nah, like I said, I will give. Since we get a break now, I guess we probably won't get that whole predictions thing going off this week. So,
hey, maybe we can get out here. I think the trailer for season 3, Raising Kanan, comes out this week.
That's right.
Maybe we can maybe we'll do a live together. Maybe we'll do some character predictions and some story predictions for Raising Kanan. Maybe we'll come back on next week and talk about it.
Yeah.
We go ahead and get ready for that. Miss Honey, get your ideas, put your thinking cap on. We can go ahead and do some character analysis or something next week for what we see based off of this trailer, because we do got some new characters that we're going to need to talk about pretty soon for Raising Kanan. We get bumped. We get the OG himself bumped this season on Raising Kanan, so his character should be very interesting. I love him in The Wire. So we get some new characters this season in Raising Kanan, so we got some things to talk about over there. So maybe we'll come back next week and talk about that, because I'm really ready for sports to be over with. So we'll regroup next week and maybe we'll do something on Raising Kanan related.
Yeah. The rest of the crew don't watch Force, Jeremiah said.
I don't know what's going on with the rest of the crew this season. The rest of the crew been off dealing with family issues and personal issues, and we're gonna try to keep the show going, but hopefully we can get the rest of the crew back for Raising Kanan. I know Miss Honey will be here because that's her favorite. So I know Miss Honey will be here. Maybe we can get Really B back and Juggernaut back. It'd be great to get the rest of the cast back on for Raising Kanan, because we miss everybody. So we'll work on that, y'all.
Yeah, we'll work on that for y'all. We'll get.
Let's do it. All right, y'all. We will see you guys next week. Fresh, hit us with that outro.
All right, y'all. Like I said, y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe, and y'all drop any more predictions later on down the line after this live ends, and we will holler at y'all next week.